Thank you. Now, Levolution is much more than just dynamic maps and set pieces. It is bigger, interconnected, and an evolving battlefield combining with massive scale and the full arsenal of vehicles, and of course, our signature destruction. The benefit is a completely new multiplayer experience where the battlefield takes on a life on its own. With Levolution, no two games are the same. Now, for us at DICE, Next Gen also means working as a live team, serving new content to fans all year long. Battlefield 4 Premium is a membership club designed to keep the action going long after launch. Here's the team to tell you a little bit more about it.
We are super proud about Battlefield 3 Premium. We have over 4 million members in that club. But now, we're taking it to the next level.
Well, we really wanted Premium to be like this exciting and exclusive club for anyone who's ever played and loved Battlefield. As a gamer myself, I know how exciting it can be to get your hands on content early, and that's the experience that we really want to deliver with Premium.
Because we're talking about content from day one with new updates every single week. We're going to get early access to all the new game modes, weapons, vehicles, and the expansion packs.
In China Rising, players fight for dominance across the majestic Chinese mainland. Revisit 4 fan-favorite Battlefield 3 maps in Second Assault, now revolutionized with the power of Frostbite 3. Experience dynamic ocean combat and naval strike as the Chinese Armada takes the fight to the sea, while the US strikes back with all-out urban warfare in Dragon's Teeth. And the war will reach its epic conclusion in Final Stand.
You're going to see the ideals of our team imprinted on each and every one of these levels.
This is just a taste of Battlefield 4 Premium, and we have so much more to show you in the months to come.
Now, this week, we're also introducing a new mode called Obliteration. Your goal as a team is very simple. Destroy the enemy targets before they destroy yours. But there's a bit of a twist here. Only one bomb will spawn at any time, and it will be spawned at a random location. Both teams must fight to secure the bomb and then transport it to the enemy target and detonate it. It is an intense, fast-paced action with moving objectives and multiple targets that will keep you on your toes. This week, you'll also get to play on a new map set in the Paracel Islands in the South China Sea. It is a perfect spot for you to master your amphibious vehicles. Now, Frostbite 3 gives us the power to create massive, violent waves. And this is the first time you'll battle on raging waters. This will be tough, yes, but for the clever player, can use this to their advantage. Like, for instance, letting the high winds and the huge waves take control of an offshore warship and causing it to run ashore. This allowing you to use the onboard anti-aircraft cannons against the opposing team to lay waste to their jets and their helicopters. So there you have it. All-out war built on Frostbite 3, Levolution where no two games are ever the same, amphibious vehicles for you to master. When this all comes together, it's like nothing else out there. Let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw is only in Battlefield 4, coming on October the 29th in North America and October the 31st right here in Europe, and to next gen shortly thereafter. The team at DICE and all of us at EA can't wait for everyone to play. So that's our show for today. 10 awesome new games coming to our fans in Europe, North America, and beyond over the next year. Thanks to everyone here in Cologne and to everyone online. Look forward to meeting all of you this week at Gamescom. Come see us at the Messe where you can get your hands on with FIFA 14, Titanfall, Need for Speed Rivals, Command & Conquer, The Sims 4, and as you just saw, Battlefield 4. For those of you watching on the web,
good morning from San Francisco, California. This is the pre-show for Sony's Gamescom 2013 press conference. I'm Damon Hatfield. This is Greg Miller.
Hi, Damon.
In just about 30 minutes, Sony's going to take the stage and catch us up on the PlayStation business.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita.
Expect something out of PSP Go, too.
You think so?
It's time. Bringing it back.
It's been a while since we've had any updates.
It's true. Where has it been? What has it been doing? Digital is the rage now.
The last time there was a big press conference like this was E3.
Right.
So we agreed at the time. They both companies had really strong press conferences, but in the what they did, you at the time gave Microsoft conference a 9.
I did.
So don't scoff.
I'm just saying, like we
No
didn't.
scoffing.
There was no scoffing. I'm just saying that universally it was that
Yes,
Sony
I'm
beat
saying
the
it,
crap
yes.
out of Xbox.
No, yeah, that is. In the aftermath, it was very clear that at least with core gamers who are our audience,
Hi, core gamers.
our
and my mom.
beloved audience, they definitely Sony definitely won
Right.
that show. But since then, a lot has happened.
Right.
Microsoft has kind of righted the ship.
I mean, a lot of people gave Xbox crap for the fact that it's like a week after E3, they backed off their policies, right? Sony came out and said, you know, everything you hate about Xbox, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
You can play your games, you can share your games, there's all this no used garbage or anything like that. You don't have to be connected. And so then slowly Xbox has been rolling that back. And at first it was, ha ha ha, look at them. They're so stupid. They didn't know what they were doing. If these were their convictions, why didn't they stand by their convictions? And now people are like, man, Titanfall looks awesome. Oh wait, Ghost is bundled with it?
Dead
Whoa.
Rising 3 day one.
Dead Rising 3 day one. Like, I think.
It doesn't have to be online. You can't play used games. You don't have to have connected to
Right,
it.
right, yeah, another thing. They literally have been listening to what you guys have been saying and stuff. We're getting Morse code sent to us right now. But they've been listening to what consumers want and what they liked about Sony and how they could actually deal with this and make it into something that people want. And it was one of those things they could have easily not ignored all of that, right? They could have said,
Who?
Xbox. Xbox could have ignored it and been like, no,
said that
this
this
is
is what
our,
we're doing.
we are charting a course, this is it, connect your Xbox, deal with the online check-ins, that's how it's gonna be forever. And instead they were, no, we will back down, we will eat crow, we will bend to the will of the consumer or what the pressure Sony's putting on us, which I think is actually really, good on them, right? It's definitely leveled the playing field, and when you level the playing field, that's when it gets scary for Sony.
Yes. Like they have leveled the playing field, so the consoles are seeming more and more alike.
Right.
Although the Xbox costs $100 more still.
Well, you get to connect,
Yeah.
and you
Well,
get
there's
a
that.
real headset. I'm not even saying that sarcastically.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there is
That is true.
a different reason to bundle. And if Xbox, like right now, they've been so good at backing off their original messaging. Now they need to ramp up on why you need to connect, and not just to play games. Like, you know what I mean? Like HD Skype, or if you make YouTube videos, here you go. You know what I mean?
Sony's even has that deal for internet TV coming to their devices. So
Right.
It's going to be like also a TV box. as
Yeah,
well.
we've heard. Was that a patent filed, I believe, or something? along those
It was like a
lines?
deal that they're signing with Viacom.
Right.
So all Viacom's programming will be available to stream through PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Probably PlayStation 3 as well.
It almost feels in a way like we are back to square one, and maybe even before square one. It's a new square one, because you figure even when we went into E3, Xbox still had that Xbox reveal event on everybody's tip of their tongue, where it was like, why did you talk about TV for 30 minutes? Why didn't you talk about games? And so now we've gotten to see the games. We've gotten to see all this start happening and being excited about Xbox again. And I feel like when you get down to that level, now Sony needs to come out and show people again why you need to buy a PlayStation 4 and what it's all about, right? Like, they were able to come at E3 and show you updates of games they'd revealed in February. Here's Infamous again, here's Knack again. And people were excited about that, but it's like in the middle of the conference, right? I leaned over to you and I'm like, it's an all right
They
conference.
also
but
showed new stuff like 1886.
well, that was a teaser trailer with no
Okay.
release date. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about what did you bring up already, right? Dead Rising,
Yeah.
day one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Sony needs to show you things that are coming out immediately and get you super excited for it.
So earlier today, Microsoft revealed the full launch lineup for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get the full launch lineup for the PlayStation 4 today.
It'd be nice, and I mean, looking at the launch lineup for the Xbox One, you see a lot of third-party support, and I think that most of those aren't exclusive, right? When you look at something like Assassin's Creed or Lego Marvel Superheroes, you get an idea of what the PlayStation 4 launch lineup is going to be as well. We already know Killzone's part of it. We already know Knack, I believe Drive Club as well. And like we have things in there that are going to be a part of it.
Remember when all those things fell?
Oh, here we go. See, the tech demo from the February event. The old man. There's Knack doing his thing. You know how it's all about. But we're here in San Francisco. We get to drink our coffee, talk to our lovely viewers here and stuff. We have boots on the ground over there.
We do.
Damon.
Colin Moriarty.
Das Colin. That's what the kids call him. He's over there.
He's currently having to put up with the outrageous service in German restaurants.
Just not fast enough for Colin. Everybody knows that.
But he's live tweeting the conference.
Here's one of his choice tweets. It's not up to date. It's not 90 minutes to showtime. You're only about 20 minutes to showtime. But here he is walking in. He got a little guy in a vest.
This is a butler that's apparently waiting on him and bringing him his martinis.
Yeah, let's bring it up here. We'll get it nice and big. Look at that. A nice little. You got Joel and Ellie up front, obviously showing what you got. You got large from Escape Plan over there. You got little up here. We're not seeing this on the other screen, so no one else is seeing this. So I'm not even talking about it anymore. I'm not even going to describe this photo to you. Clearly, we're just working out the kinks. Why do they do it so early? Why is Germany got to? Why can't we get one world time?
I know.
And we're all just awake during it if we are or not.
It's just like, it's 1 in the morning and it's like the sun's beating down on you.
Well, time to go back to work. Everybody get right to it.
Yeah. Well, so Colin is tweeting photos from the inside. So
right, we'll keep showing you stuff. He's there. He's going to be live tweeting. Remember to be part of the show. We're doing it differently this time. Tweet at me at GameOverGreggy. We'll get your tweets on the air. Tell us right now what you want to see.
It's not really different. They did that all along.
Well, I know, but usually I say IGN, but screw them. Me and Damon are bailing out after this episode. We're not. Please don't fire us, pair. But we'll read some of your questions here. Now let's read one of the questions, or one of the predictions, I guess. All right.
Okay.
This comes from Alex O'Neill.
He's a friend. He's a friend of ours.
Friend of the show. Irrational Passions podcast. You should go download it. Alex tweets. I mean, if you want to tweet at him, he's ALFighter27. Alex, get a better Twitter handle. He says he's hoping for a release date, maybe some solid reveals of the Destiny exclusive content.
Yeah. So now Destiny's a big one.
It is, but is it?
What is it?
No, it is a big one, but how big is it is always my concern.
How big is it? It's the new game from Bungie.
I know.
The guys that made Halo.
I know, but I feel like Microsoft just had their awesome COD event, right? Call of Duty Ghosts was Microsoft sponsored, so all I talk was Xbox. That's a big franchise to be attached to. And Sony usually has this trend of like, we'll attach ourselves to Battlefield.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, nobody really cares.
So now Sony they're sort of aligned with Battlefield and with Destiny.
Yeah.
Because they have this Destiny exclusive content.
Right.
I mean, that's good. It's a big win for them.
It is, I guess, yeah. But are you super excited for Destiny?
I am pretty excited.
Okay.
I don't know if super excited is the right word.
See, you and I aren't even that big of shooter fans.
No, but we like Borderlands. And Destiny is more Borderlands, maybe without all the humor.
Sure.
but very pretty.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty Borderlands.
I feel like you talk about these first-person shooters that are making a name for themselves right now. I think Titanfall has all the talk. I'm super excited for Titanfall.
All the talk.
All the talk. You got the mechs out
Are you online?
I am,
Let's do a Google Trends. Let's do a Google Trends comparison of Titanfall and Destiny.
Okay, is that
Actually,
just
Destiny
Google?
is a much more like vague term, so I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Let's just see how it. Yeah, go to Google Trends, and at the very top, type in Titanfall, Destiny. We'll just see here. We're seeing which one has more internet search cache. What are people searching for more? Okay, so what's the orange? Destiny is throwing it away.
Destiny's a real word. People are obviously searching that.
No. Now go to the 2000 limit to where it says 2004 to present. Limit it to last 7 days.
Okay.
This is what people are searching just over the past week. All right,
That still doesn't count.
All right, so you don't think people are searching for the game
I don't
Destiny?
think.
Add Bungie in front of Destiny. So it's Titanfall and Bungie Destiny. Maybe people are searching for that.
There you go. Now we're in the Greg Miller camp. All right.
So people are searching for Titanfall more than Bungie Destiny.
Yeah. Big surprise there, I guess, right? But
okay,
no,
so it does seem that Titanfall has more of the gamer mind share at the moment.
I think so, yeah. And maybe it's just because I think their demo out of the blocks was more exciting and interesting, I think. Destiny, we've known we had the court documents get leaked. You felt like you knew about it. They finally just showed the globe thing getting close to the planet forever.
Yeah,
then they
Majora's
finally
Mask.
let people.
I think when we get closer to Destiny's launch and the marketing is all about the next game from the creators of Halo,
Sure.
they're going to be throwing Halo all over the place. I think once.
To Alex's point, I do think, Destiny is pretty much a safe bet. You'll see something here and you'll see some new stuff, and hopefully it'll be exclusive content. But then, what about release date? This is the big one. This PlayStation 4, we don't know when it's coming out. How you feeling, Damon?
A lot of people think that last week of October.
Right.
Here's what I was trying to remember. Consoles come out on Sundays?
Games
come out Tuesdays.
Right.
But why would you? I don't think people release consoles on Tuesdays.
PlayStation 3 came out on a Friday, and then the Wii came out on a Sunday. When Nintendo always released their stuff on Sundays, and I don't remember the 360 because I was a smart consumer and didn't buy it at launch.
Let me look at my calendar here.
But
Go.
October is such an aggressive release date.
Well,
I mean, it'd be great. I mean, I think Ryan McCaffrey put up a great piece after E3 speculating when Xbox One would be launched. And he said it'd be launched day and date pretty much, or right before Call of Duty Ghosts.
They have to be out by Black Friday.
Right.
Which is November 29th this year. Am I right? It's the 4th, Thanksgiving is the 4th Thursday of November, so November 29th.
Okay.
So, I mean, you do have almost a whole month of November
to
come out in. But a lot of people are thinking this first week, the week of November 4th is when Xbox One will want to be out.
Can you imagine if they launched it on Black Friday? That'd be terrible.
Terrible or really smart? I mean, I don't know. I don't know which one it would be.
It would screw over every gamer everywhere.
Why?
Because now the gamer who is totally going to avoid
You're fighting all of America, basically.
And I forget, is there mail service on Black Friday? Or is that a holiday? Is that observed for Thanksgiving as well?
No, that's the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So they could, even if I ordered it off Amazon, I'm screwed. I don't get it until Saturday, I guess, if not Monday.
No, you would get it on Friday.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was a holiday.
There is mail service.
So October would be a great release date. It'd be super aggressive.
It'd be, yeah. We've heard through the grapevine that the consoles are kind of ready to go, right?
Sure.
But waiting.
One of the things I always heard was that there was concerns about how many they could manufacture, though. Because when they came out, I thought it was really telling that when they announced the PlayStation 4 and they announced it'll be this holiday season, they said in North America, in the UK. They didn't say anything about Japan. And so it's wow, PlayStation is a Japanese company, and so for it not to be there, you got to figure where are they betting their dollars on, where are they thinking people are going to pick up the system right away, and then why wouldn't you launch as many places you can? Even Xbox One, right? They dialed back their projections. They were originally going to launch in a whole bunch of countries. Now it's down to the teens, I believe.
What we do still have is Tokyo Game Show.
Right.
Coming up. Sony will have another press conference there, and that's in mid-September, so they could use that forum to announce the release date, or announce more information if they wanted to.
Don't do that. Do it today.
We want to know right now.
They got to do it today, right?
Microsoft hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, but then maybe they'll do it today too. Maybe everyone. Maybe it'll be Christmas right now. That's what I want. All right, let's go now.
Okay, now we can show you the photos from the inside that Colin's been sharing.
Here comes the Colin photo we were talking about earlier. It's coming up right now.
This is the inside.
There it is.
This is the inside of the press conference.
Got Joel and Ellie down here. You got Little and Large here.
So what is he looking at? This is artwork that's being projected on the screen in front of the audience?
It looks like, to me, it looks like a mural.
Zoom out again, because we can't see the butler.
Yo, you want to see the butler?
There, yeah.
Can't you close stuff by doing this? No?
Close stuff by doing I don't know.
I don't know how to use Twitter. Here's the butler.
There we go.
There, that's what you wanted, huh?
I'm just saying, we're not getting the full, there we go.
There's the butler, all right,
got the full image here.
But yeah, there's Colin on the show floor taking his photos. He got Ratchet and Clank up there.
Has he given us any updates in the past? This is from 90 minutes ago, so.
He's probably dead. He's probably already hit his Twitter cap. No, he's just talking to Will Powers. He's not even.
Was he guessing November 12th for the release date?
that was Colin's guess for the release date here. We had some other guesses here too. Let's try to pull them. There's Alex, everybody. That's what Alex looked like. Hooray, Alex! You've been on the show now. Yeah. That guy's predicting the release date. But we're gonna get to all these tweets maybe. Here we go. There's another one. This guy says October release date with new IPs and a Vita and PS4 bundle.
He just thinks the date will be in October.
Yeah.
Sometime.
October is super aggressive, and I think it would get out in front of Xbox that way, and I think that's what they need.
If it's October, it won't be till late.
Right, Halloween.
October. Yeah, well, so Halloween's on a Thursday.
Trick or treat.
Halloween's on a Thursday. If they like doing Fridays, they can do November 1st. Friday, November 1st.
That's a good ring to
11/1/13.
Yeah. That looks
really
like something.
Good.
It's numbers. A bunch of ones followed by a
Skyrim, 11/11/11 or something?
Yeah. And then Uncharted had something similar to that too.
Yeah.
3 + 1 = 4.
3 + 1 = 4. Oh, that's what Caleb just said. 3 + 1
What does it mean?
I don't know.
I don't know what does it mean.
No, PlayStation 4. So 11/1/13.
Anyway.
And then I bleed blue here. He's saying November 15th, and also a new Little Big Planet is what he's saying he'll see. Very possible. There's been rumors for a while that there's a new Little Big Planet in the works from, I believe, Sumo or whatever. And it would make sense to do it here, right? Little Big Planet, made by Media Molecule, a UK company. We're at Gamescom, which is a European showcase. Why not come out and show everybody Sackboy again? But then the big concern would be, at least for me, is it PlayStation 3 or is it a PlayStation 4 game?
I think that how much they talk about PlayStation 3 today?
They talk about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully not at
Do
length.
they remind us how many units it sold? It's
Of
the
course.
most popular console in Europe.
Yeah,
They're going to
that's
remind
totally
us of all
what.
that
I
stuff.
mean, that's totally what it is, right? They'll probably put out a new PSP too, just to keep annoying us. Here's another PSP that does all these things. But yeah, they'll talk about it for sure. You figure they still have to remind people that Beyond Two Souls is coming. I mean, talk about a game
Oh,
that's
yeah, they
completely
got it.
lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, they'll probably want to show that and
Yeah,
highlight it.
exactly, and that'll be the whole point, right? Of like, there's still a lot of great games coming. Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus is a PS3 game.
That's coming out this year, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, they'll want to announce, they'll want to talk about that, and this will be its actual first real showcase. It was announced after E3, so it didn't get any love there. Now you get a chance to come out there, so it'll totally be. And we're not leaving PlayStation 3 gamers out in the cold either. This year they can expect stunning titles like Beyond Two Souls. That's a little bit of Jack Trenton, but he's not even there, I don't think. But whoever German Jack Trenton is. Oh, it's me, German Jack Trenton.
Pretty much.
I have one accent.
Third-party support. We talked about EA, or I'm sorry, Destiny,
Right.
which is Activision. You think they'll be rolling in with that?
I do.
Now, EA had a press conference before Sony's, and they showed Battlefield. They're going to be back to show more Battlefield for Sony?
Sure, they've
They're
done that
aligned,
before.
right? They have
That's
that
exactly what they
partnership,
did at E3. I mean, they came out and did that.
And what about Ubisoft?
Ubisoft is a big supporter.
Assassin's Creed 4,
Yeah.
Watch Dogs. You gonna see any of those?
I bet you see Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs, I would imagine in some respect, Ubisoft has heard us saying that we're starting to get played out on seeing Watch Dogs.
Oh, really? You think?
I think isn't that
They're
what
like,
they
I think
hear?
Ubisoft is thinking, well, we got to show Watch Dogs in Germany, and they're like, no, IGN is.
No, not IGN. I mean gamers in general. We just want to play the game. Stop
Yeah,
showing us
okay.
the guy.
It's one of those games that we've seen enough.
Right.
We know
I
that
get
we
it.
want to play it.
I can hack the ATM, and that guy is trying to hurt that girl, and I can stop him. Great. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Let me play it. That's what I want to see, Damon. I want to play the games.
What about our Japanese publishers? Capcom, Konami, Metal Gear Solid 5?
Yeah, I mean that's possible. That sounds like something you say for TGS. Like I'm a big proponent of the Patapon franchise. I'm ready for this Patapon, whether it be PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Vita. I don't care. Give me Patapon. But I think that's something else they hold for Japan. That's where the Japanese audience is. That's one they really want. That's a game that connects with that audience.
That's Patapon right
That's
there.
Patapon right there. You are seeing Patapon, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never seen Patapon, I urge you to go buy it right now. You can play it on your Vita. It's a PSP game, so there's no trophies.
What about indie games?
Yeah. I mean, that's been Sony's big push, right? PlayStation 4.
But now, like we were talking earlier, now Xbox One is very indie friendly as well.
Yeah, but I mean, in a way, I think that's a market that Xbox lost. Xbox One or
They
Xbox
started it.
Xbox 360 came around, right? And it was Xbox Live Arcade, and
Yeah.
they were awesome. And that was like, hey, Geometry Wars, all these like little games you could play, and that's awesome. And then over time, the PlayStation Network somehow won that space, where it was like that's where you were getting the
Yeah.
super quirky, super limited games, to where people were like, that's awesome. And now you hear developers not all of them, but some indie developers coming out saying like, Xbox sucks, and they give me a bad deal. And
Just difficult to work with.
Right,
basically.
right. And so, I mean, PlayStation 4's whole point of that February event, the very beginning, was, hey guys, we know the cell processor was hard to work with. Sorry about that. Bring your games to us. You know, we want to work with you. We're super, into that. Here's Adam. Adam, give out your email address. Everyone email him game ideas. You know what I mean?
So if they show any indie games, what would you expect to see? Hotline Miami 2?
Hotline Miami 2 is a definite, I think so, right? Because you figure it finally came to, Hotline Miami, the original, finally came to PlayStation and Vita, or PlayStation 3 and Vita. And it did well. Everybody loves it. It's one of those games everybody talks about now. So yeah, I'd have to imagine with Hotline Miami 2 already being announced, being shown places, it's time to bring it out and say, hey, here's this big old stage for everybody to play with and enjoy.
Is Gone Home, has that been confirmed coming to?
It has not been confirmed.
You just
I
hope it.
really want Gone Home. I want Gone Home on whatever platform possible. If you have a PC right now or a Mac that can run games, buy Gone Home right now. $18 on Steam. You won't regret it. Did you start it yet?
I haven't started yet.
Come on, Damon.
I know. Very busy guy. Now, we haven't talked about Vita yet.
No. Good reason. Really little excitement for the Vita, as always, is a super solid handheld. I love my Vita.
I like the Vita handheld a lot. The most popular upcoming Vita game on IGN with our readers is Killzone Mercenary.
Right, because everybody's hoping it's the first-person shooter finally.
And even that one is kind of lukewarm.
Sure. It's it's funny to watch history repeat itself. The Vita reminds me so much of the PSP because when I first came on and I was, tasked here at IGN with, taking care of the PSP pages, there were so many games to play and there was all this great stuff, but it didn't have the volume that the DS had. So everyone looked at the PSP and was like, this thing sucks, there's no games for it. And I'm like, no, there's a lot, but you just have to, be into that kind of game. You have to want to sit down and play it. And now we're
a console game on the go.
Well, that was PSP. Now we're into Vita, where it's the exact same thing of like you have to find the game you want to play on the Vita, pretty much. Like there's awesome experiences from Persona to Hotline Miami to Limbo, which I know is an older one, but you know what I mean. Like there's different things out there for you to play, Uncharted and Lumines, and there's all these games for you to get to. But people still look at it like $250 is way too much for this thing.
It just doesn't seem. It seems like the real selling point of the Vita was supposed to be that it's close to console quality on a handheld, but I don't see like close to console, quality games on it. It's like there are lots of great games to play on it. Most of them are smaller indie games. Like where are those? Where's the Uncharted? Like
Well, you see right there, what's happening is that there was the Uncharted at launch, and Sony basically put out this system saying that, and then when third parties saw nobody was buying it, third parties stopped making those kind of games for it. So it's totally this chicken and the egg thing, right? The Vita would sell better if there were more console quality games, but people won't make console quality games until the Vita sells better. So you're in this loop.
I haven't had breakfast yet, and chicken and eggs sounds.
Oh, I'll make you some chicken and eggs after this. So you hope that my prediction for Gamescom is I think that they come out when they talk about Vita. I hope, and some of this is wishful thinking, but some of it is legit. It's coming eventually. Why not now? They come out and they show you the infamous Vita game. There has to be an infamous Vita game being worked on. It has to. Sony is. They've committed to Cole being a mascot for PlayStation, right? Infamous 1, Infamous 2, then he's got 2 characters in PlayStation Battle Royale. Then he's the crossover character in Tekken. He's got his own comics and stuff. Now he's got a PlayStation 4 game.
He's not in Second Son.
Right. Well, yeah, not in Second Son.
That
Exactly. So you imagine there's still so much left to tell in that universe. I totally see them handing off a Vita to, I don't know, Sony Bend, even though I know they want to get back to original projects. Ready at Dawn, all these developers who are talented and like to do these, take somebody else's IP and make something with it. And I think that's the kind of game that gets people stoked again about the Vita, especially with the thunder and I guess clout of Second Son from E3, right? Like a lot of people, I went to see Second Son at E3, and I'm one of the biggest Infamous fans in the world. And I was like, all right, let's see. And I was like, wow, this looks really good. And so I left, and I kind of tempered it when I talked to people. But then I was talking to people who didn't, give a rat's ass about any of the Infamous games. Like that game looked really good. That's now the game I'm the most excited for.
It does look pretty good.
Yeah. So now that that's happened, you figure try to capitalize on that, get this going, and then if it's possible, bundle the Vita with the PlayStation 4 and then get this install base up, or just sell the PlayStation 4 and Vita relationship in a way people can't deny. That's really hard, I know, to put on a box and
make them an offer they can't refuse.
Exactly. Put it on a box and make a mom understand the fact that any game, you buy your son a game on the PlayStation 4 and he can play it on his Vita while you watch whatever you watch on TV. But if we can get that relationship going, then it makes more sense that then also little Timmy can take it on the road and do whatever he wants with it. Do drugs on it.
We could do a $500 bundle, maybe. With
yeah, that's one of the rumors we keep hearing about, is that there is this. And it sounds crazy to me. It sounds kind of crazy, but I hope that's possible. I'd love to see that.
I looked up other notable Vita games on the way.
Yeah.
I didn't find a lot.
Sure.
But there are Tearaway and the Batman game.
Yeah.
Batman Origins, what is it?
It's Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah,
Which I think looks cool.
There's someone else to it. But yeah. No, I played it.
That's kind of it, though.
And but I played Blackman. I played Batman Origins Blackgate, right? And it's good, but it's not a system seller. I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's not like, oh man, I have to play this. What you're talking about, right? Even when we're talking about Infamous, imagine if they could just do an Infamous 1 and 2 HD collection. Imagine if they could put Batman Arkham Origins on, or Batman Arkham City, any of the Batman games on the Vita, right? That is, I think, the console quality we're talking about. And while it's great to say that there are these indie games on there, Thomas Was Alone's on there, there's all these different games to jump in and play, and it's so easy to develop for, it's still the barrier to entry to buy that, right? You buy a PC and you can do so much with it, and you can play all these games with it and get these really awesome experiences, and then get the indie games. Whereas with Vita, yeah, you're paying $250, even though now some are getting marked down to $199, which has been fueling rumors of a redesign here at Gamescom, which I totally don't believe. But you figure $200 to get this system to have in your pocket to play a game that's kind of like a game you can get on your iPhone.
Yeah.
Right? That's when it starts to get, the relationship doesn't make sense. So if they can deliver an Infamous, if they can show third-party support, if They can make it make sense that the
lot of
PlayStation
ifs.
4. Oh, I know. Like this is just like when we went into the February event, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, here's how I would succeed as Sony, but they always screw it up. And then they nailed
They
it
did
there.
that.
They nailed it at E3. So I have the traditional Greg Miller 6 years of watching Sony screw it up. I'm expecting them to screw it up today and just come away and be like, oh man, they got trounced by Microsoft. But they got a new attitude.
We're going to find out in just a couple minutes.
Oh, good lord.
We're just about 2 minutes away from the start of the Sony conference here. We're hearing it's about an hour long. The presentation is about an hour. That's what we're guessing. So stick around after the show. Greg and I are going to be back. We're going to be running down all the biggest announcements, breaking down all the reveals.
We're gonna be live tweeting along too.
Yeah.
There. Follow me at GameOverGreggy. Follow Damon at Dame0.
Yep, and then if you tweet your questions and comments at us, we'll share them in the post show.
Yeah.
We're all just going to talk about.
We're all just gonna sit down, just get naked and talk about
Yes.
PlayStation.
Yeah. See.
If they announce a Patapon, I'll come back shirtless. So there you go, Shuhei. Start the teaser trailer right now.
You heard it here, folks. If they announce a Patapon, when we come back for post show, Greg will be shirtless.
So there you go. The ball's in your court, Sony.
We're just standing by. Do we have any other messages from Colin?
Zach, from Colin.
Yeah, Colin is our man on the ground, on the show floor.
The fact that he's not tweeting more concerns me that it's just that he's, in an internet black hole. Oh, no, there he is. He's in the venue waiting for the show to start. Hashtag PlayStation.
Good.
So there you go. That's the breaking news from Colin. Let's see what people are tweeting at me. At GameOverGreggy, here we go. Oh, this guy's road tripping to San Francisco. That's not really helpful.
right.
Oh, I look good, according to Trick6. Laughing my ass off, a black man, I'm Arkham Origins. Yeah, Christopher here wants to see the release date, of course. You have to hear it. You have to hear it. Now, oh, I see what he's saying. Daryl says that he will cancel his pre-order and reorder if there's a PlayStation 4 Vita bundle for $500, but I'm doubtful.
Yeah.
I'm doubtful too, but how awesome would that be?
Yeah, but the Vita still costs $250.
Right, or 200. Well, it just got marked down to 200.
Okay.
In some stores.
So
like Best Buy and Target are selling it.
It's a pretty heavy discount.
Right.
Cut another $100 off of it.
Yeah.
But
they ain't moving. I mean, and that's what we always talk about, right? Is that you have to play the long game when you're a business. And Damon, we aren't businesses. We don't know how businesses think.
Nope.
They're soulless corporations. But you figure right now, yeah, you mark the cost down, you put it with a system everybody cares about that you're already pushing this connectivity to, and then you all of a sudden get this bigger install base to where it is more, like Madden isn't on Vita this year. And it was a phoned-in port last year.
Yeah.
And so EA is clearly like, we have no business. There's no financial gain for us making a game here. However, if they can now turn around and say, hey, next year, look at the install base now, look at the connectivity. You're making a PlayStation 4 game that's already going to be played on the Vita. Why not put something interesting in there to make it all work together?
we are standing by, waiting for the Sony conference to start. James says he wants more launch day releases. I don't know. The confirmed list of launch day games is already like
Hit me.
15 games. I'm gonna run this. These are games we know will be available for your PlayStation 4 on day one. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, DC Universe Online, Drive Club, FIFA 14, Just Dance 2014, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Madden NFL 25, NBA 2K14, NBA Live 14, Skylanders Swap Force, Tiny Brains,
Oh, Tiny Brains. Who could forget the launch day killer?
Warframe, and Watch Dogs. Like that's not enough? That's
No.
not going to keep you busy for a couple months?
And I keep forgetting the fact that, yeah, DC Universe Online. Day one, it'll be ready.
I
Well,
love
there you go.
I love that that's the first game you're going to play on your PlayStation 4.
Totally. I can't wait to break it in. Get Taylor Swift out there. Have her knocking some villains.
That's a pretty lengthy list. But like we were saying earlier, Xbox One did reveal the full launch lineup for the Xbox One today. So maybe Sony will do the same for the PlayStation 4. Maybe they'll add a couple games to that list.
That'd be nice, right? We have this rumor up here. It's from Steven. He says, heard a rumor of COD Ghost on Vita. What do you think?
Last year's Black Ops 2 Declassified was awesome.
A smash
Yeah.
success, a smash hit.
yeah,
Everybody bought it.
definitely.
Now, what he's talking about is like yesterday, one of the GameStops posted a little thing to buy, and it was a Call of Duty Vita. It was a little
thing to buy.
a little box art.
Here's a thing you can buy.
Here's the thing you can buy from our retailer, GameStop partners. But no, I don't think it's true at all.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's totally wishful thinking on our part, right? That Activision's been secretly developing a Call of Duty Ghosts, and now it's coming to Vita, and it's not going to be a complete train wreck. Like, that would be an amazing announcement today if they walked out and they're like, we're glad you all are excited about Call of Duty Ghosts, and you got the dog and all that stuff, but you can also play it on the Vita. Same game. Suck it, Xbox, and they spike the view.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's impossible.
No, all things are possible when you believe, but come on, I don't know.
That's really the lesson that we take away from today. All things are possible
if you believe.
You can be anything. We're standing by waiting for the Sony press conference to start here.
Yeah, let's look at another column
start
photo. This
any
is from
moment.
outside the venue. This is the.
So Greg, I don't know if you know, those are actually the buttons on the DualShock controller.
Oh,
Yeah.
triangle, circle, X, square.
Yeah.
Again, nobody can see these.
We haven't been on
Our
screen
crew
for like-
is committed to just only showcasing this so that you get the moment it starts, and I get that. I respect that. Let's see what else we got. Oh man, a lot of people say how good we look.
What? That's crazy.
Mohammed says, you both look so professional. Here's the hoping for the tester, season 4.
Yeah,
In
sure.
possibly the worst. Okay, please switch over to the tweet for 1 second to show Mohammed's
You
background.
have to show his Twitter wallpaper.
Just 2 seconds for Mohammed here. You wrote it. This is MoChocolate26 on Twitter. It's up. Oh, we're just not seeing it anymore.
okay,
Great.
we're
Good
not
job, Mohammed here.
It looks great.
If they come
yeah,
out and they
yeah.
announce the tester season 4, automatically the worst conference. That's what they lead with. They're just like, what's up, everybody? We know you're excited about the PlayStation 4 and all our great games.
So if they announce Patapon, you're coming back shirtless.
Yeah.
If they announce Tester Season 4, you're coming back pantsless.
I'm not coming back. I just walk off set. Now, you know, if they announce it in a cool way,
Okay.
maybe. Let's see what else we got here.
You're running a little bit behind schedule here, Greg. You need to tell Shuhei to get it together.
Hey, you know what? When you're on top, when you're the apex predator of the PlayStation environment, you can do whatever you want, Shuhei says. Here we go. Can't feel my face says, will PS3, PSN games be compatible on the PS4 at launch? From what we know, and again, this is rumor, speculation, things we heard at E3 that are always getting iterated on, no. You know, the idea is that PlayStation 4 will not be able to play your games natively, the things you've already bought on PSN for PlayStation 3. However, Gaikai and its cloud-based gaming is coming to eventually alleviate that to where you can stream PlayStation 3 games. Now, the other big question we always talk about, you see people go back and forth on, and it's hard to get a clear answer because they're not ready to talk about it. Will it work where I have to buy things again? What if I already own Last of Us and then you put it up for streaming and I've sold my PlayStation 3? Can I now download it off Gaikai through a redemption code or something? Nobody knows these things yet.
They explain all the Gaikai stuff at the PlayStation 4 reveal in February, and then they've sort of gone dark on all that.
Yeah, I mean, they even then they said during that reveal, right, that like this is where it's going, and this is what we hope to get out of it, and what it's going to be. But they were pretty clear at launch; it's not going to be up and running that way. Like it'll be there in some fashion, I'm sure, but who the hell knows? So there you go. Can't feel my face.
We're standing by waiting for Sony's Gamescom 2013 press conference to begin. It should begin any moment.
Damon.
Yes?
Reese writes in to @GameOverGreg. He says TV on the next gen consoles. What's your view?
I think it's great. I think it's
Really?
awesome. I haven't subscribed to cable in years.
Ah, okay.
I stream all of my TV now through my Xbox via Hulu Plus, Netflix, HBO Go. So yeah, I mean, I'm already doing that.
So you're stealing somebody's HBO Go.
I'm not stealing it. I watch it with my girlfriend who subscribes to HBO
Whoa,
Go.
all right, back down a
You
little bit.
back
all right?
down.
Switch to decaf. Jeez Louise. No, see, that's super interesting, and that kind of future makes me excited, but what I'm worried about is the way Xbox does it, right?
Where you just like
hey, put your cable box
so
into this
actually,
other box.
That's a good point. I don't subscribe to cable, so that feature is useless to me.
Right.
So that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, so like when they were talking about the Viacom deal for PlayStation, that got me super stoked.
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's just streaming Viacom content through your PlayStation device.
I live in a house with a bunch of sports nerds, and I like the football. That's my only sport nerdy thing I do.
The only nerdy thing.
The only
Greg
sport
does-
nerdy thing. I very clearly defined what I was talking about. Once I can get all my things that way, all sports, live sports, through a box that's not cable, I'm off cable. Like right now, that's what I keep it around for, right? I want to watch an NFL game. Colin wants to watch the NHL. Mike Mitchell wants to watch baseball. Once that's eliminated, then I'm done. There's already been the MLB package on PlayStation. This year they're not doing the NFL Sunday Direct Ticket, which sucks. But if Xbox picks it up through their agreement with the NFL for Xbox One, then I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm all set. I already pre-ordered my Xbox One. I already pre-ordered my PS4 twice.
Wait, you bought 2 of them?
Yeah. I didn't realize I had 2 Amazon accounts, so I logged in and ordered it right away at E3, and then that was tied to my work account. And so then I went back on my personal account. I'm like, where is this PlayStation I pre-ordered? And I pre-ordered another one, and then I figured it out, and then I was like, I'll just keep both.
That's pretty good.
We owe one to a kid from Beyond 300, so whenever I get the second one, that's his.
Now, with your Xbox One, did you pre-order Dead Rising 3?
No. I'm going. That's a day one purchase, but I wasn't worried about pre-ordering the games as much as the consoles. The games, I'll just order it. I should do that. I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
While we kill time for the PlayStation conference, I'll pre-order some games. How about that, everybody?
They're running almost 8 minutes late right now.
You know what that means?
What?
I don't know. I was hoping you knew what it meant. Let's see what other people are tweeting here.
Wow, got a whole bunch of, got some tweets here too.
Robin tweets that he or she, I mean, it looks like a he maybe, unless it's just some other random people jumping around, hopes the PlayStation conference reassures his faith in PlayStation.
What? Why did you lose it?
I know, right? What have they done? Like, what have they done wrong since then?
They've been on such a roll.
The only thing that I'm worried about, right, if I'm PlayStation, is how well Xbox has done at changing the tide and changing the conversation and making it now to where it seemed like they were sunk after E3, right? It seemed like when E3 was done, they were dead in the water. Oh, it's starting.
Is it starting now, Caleb?
Oh, it's
happening! The conference is starting. We'll see you after the show.
all devs are gamers.
I like the fact that Sony has gone back to the fundamentals of, no, it's for games.
I feel extraordinarily lucky that, day to day, I get to make games for a living.
They allow us to flex our imagination.
And I think makes gaming so powerful.
I want everyone to be able to feel creative and not be intimidated by that.
We suddenly have breathed life into this magical world.
This is what PlayStation is about. It's about innovation and it's about new ideas.
We obviously make the game for the gamer, but at the end of the day, the gamer is us.
I find it really exciting, and I'm glad to be a gamer now.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Fall in love with baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jim Ryan.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. We were absolutely delighted to open this year's show with the global unveil of the PlayStation 4 user interface. And it was the one and only Shu Yoshida, president of our worldwide studios, who introduced the UI, and who also gave you some great examples of the connected social experience that lies at the heart of PlayStation 4. So a big hand for Shu Yoshida, ladies and gentlemen. But I wanted to start by saying what an honor it is to be here in Cologne tonight. At PlayStation, we've always understood the importance of Europe and the European gamer. And over the 12 years that we've been doing Gamescom press briefings, I've been really proud to watch Gamescom develop from a local consumer event for the German market into a key cornerstone of the global gaming calendar. So let's start with PS3. For a platform in its 8th year, the roster of exclusive games is just stunning. And if you're talking about the games that define PlayStation, where else to start but with Polyphony Digital and Gran Turismo. Everyone knows Polyphony has always been at the cutting edge of creating truly great driving simulators. With that in mind, I'd like to kick off today's presentation with a brand new Gran Turismo 6 video, Vision GT, a project between Polyphony and the key brands. It was Oscar Wilde who said that life imitates art more than art imitates life. And these car manufacturers are utilizing the GT physics engine to create concept vehicles in collaboration with Polyphony Digital. These concept vehicles will appear exclusively in GT6, and in some cases, a real-world version of these concept cars will be created by the manufacturer. Let's take a look.
blind to the inside. Let me out of this confusion. Raise your hands into the infinite skies and will not give, will not give, will not give. And breathe in, breathe out, let it all out. And I can, you can see the future. No one else but you can change yourself right now. So don't give up. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live.
So it's a real pleasure to have a number of our automotive partners here in the audience today, but a particularly warm welcome to the creator of Gran Turismo, Kazunori Yamauchi. With Kazunori here today, it's a great opportunity to confirm what you just saw. The GT6 will launch globally on PS3 on December the 6th this year. And based on Kazunori's amazing vision, I'm pleased to announce that he and Sony Pictures are currently developing a full-length feature film inspired by the GT franchise. In addition to capturing the adrenaline of the racing world, the film's human dimension will be inspired by GT Academy. The Gran Turismo film will be brought to you by two of Hollywood's most respected producers, Michael De Luca and Donna Brunetti. But of course, GT6 is only part of the PS3 story in 2013. We've been really proud of the innovation in new IP that we've brought to the platform in its 8th year. Whether it's the stunningly successful and critically acclaimed The Last of Us from Naughty Dog, or Beyond Two Souls from Quantic Dream, the interactive drama featuring Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, PlayStation continues to demonstrate its lasting commitment to the PS3 gamer. But when we talk about innovation in PS3, it's not just about new IP. Little Big Planet has fast become one of PlayStation's best-loved and most iconic franchises, with millions of consumers enjoying millions of community creative levels. We're very pleased to announce today that Little Big Planet Hub, a new free-to-play service for PlayStation 3, will launch later this year.
Imagine if we gave you something free to play with and dropped in a bunch of like-minded chums. In fact, imagine a whole community of happy little sack chums. Imagine if we gave you instant access to a continuous supply of wonderful things to do and let you buy other fun stuff at the touch of a button. Imagine if you had access to a jam-packed wardrobe filled to the brim with costumes and accessories, where you could create a whole new you. And then share your favorite ensembles with your friends, or even choose to buy them there and then. Imagine if you could compete in exciting challenges to win magnificent and positively majestic prizes, or even set your very own challenges for other sack chums to play. Imagine if we gave you a truckload of tools so that you could make your own levels and games, and then you could share your wonderful creations with the rest of the world. Imagine that. Well, you don't have to imagine at all, because we've crafted and crammed all of these fun features into one little package and made it completely accessible for everyone. How exciting! And what do we call this magical world of wonderment? We call it the Little Big Planet Hub. Perfect.
And finally, 2013 sees the return of Grand Theft Auto to the PlayStation 3. GTA 5 launches on September 17th, and I'm pleased to announce, as part of the partnership with Rockstar Games on GTA 5, we will be introducing from launch a PS3 hardware bundle and a custom-designed Pulse Elite headset. Both the hardware bundle and the headset are exclusive to PlayStation. And starting on Friday, any PS3 gamer who pre-orders GTA 5 from the PlayStation Store will receive 75% off any Rockstar title in addition to the pre-order DLC. We have all these great PS3 games available for you to play on our stand here at Gamescom, and I really urge you to go check them out. Moving now to PlayStation Vita. A little over a year after launch, consumers can access over 900 games for the platform, of which almost 150 were built from the ground up for PlayStation Vita. It's this breadth and depth of catalog that has allowed us to introduce the PlayStation Megapack range to the European market. Offering a themed range of Vita content, each Megapack includes between 6 and 10 games and provides an affordable point of access to PS Vita. I'm pleased to announce today 3 new Megapacks for the European market. Retailing at 35 euros, Megapacks are available as standalone software with an 8 gig memory card or as part of a hardware bundle. But let's talk now about what's coming in the future for PlayStation Vita. From third parties in coming months, we have Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate from Warner Brothers, bringing legendary characters from the Arkham universe to a portable platform for the first time. Also from Warner Brothers, LEGO Marvel, featuring over 150 characters from the Marvel universe. Football Manager from Sega, offering the PC Classic mode for the first time on a portable device. And finally, Borderlands 2 from 2K, the first-person role-playing shooter that ushered in a new era of loot and shoot when it released last year. It will be making its portable debut on PlayStation Vita. We always knew PS Vita was a developer-friendly device, but we've been really taken aback by the way that the indie development community has embraced the platform. PlayStation's commitment to the indie sector has been firm and consistent. And to demonstrate that commitment, I'm pleased to announce that the highly anticipated Starbound from Chucklefish, the smash hit Fez from Phil Fish, and the sequel to one of the most highly rated shooters of all time, Velocity 2X from FutureLab, will all be coming to PS Vita and PS4 this year. These are but 3 from a long list of indie games heading for PS Vita, and watch this space for more on the Vita indie story. On PlayStation Vita, our goal is to broaden its appeal and to make ownership as accessible as possible. I'm therefore pleased to announce that as of tomorrow, the RRP of PS Vita will be 199 euros in Europe and $199 in North America. And we will, at the same time, make significant reductions in the price of PS Vita memory cards in both regions. And with that, I'll hand over to Michael Denny, Senior Vice President of our European studios, to take you through some of the great first-party games that we have coming on PlayStation Vita.
Thanks, Jim, and thank you, everyone. Last year, here at Gamescom, I had the privilege of announcing 5 brand new IPs. Our worldwide studios were committed to producing new IPs to ensure new experiences for all our gamers. This year, I'm excited to be able to continue that theme by introducing 7 more new and exclusive PlayStation titles. Last year, Vita took center stage, showcasing how developers are using Vita's innovative feature set to push the boundaries of portable gaming. In particular, we were proud to unveil Killzone Mercenary, which demonstrates Vita's ability to deliver a first-person shooter with true home console quality graphics and gameplay. Also, the incredibly tactile and charming Tearaway from Media Molecule, which deservedly won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Handheld Game at E3. And we will continue to expand our varied library of games for Vita by exploring new and diverse experiences. At Worldwide Studios, we pride ourselves on working with the most creative talent from around the world. So we were delighted when we had the opportunity to meet with startup Italian developer Oversonico, led by talented industry veterans Massimo Guarini and Gianni Ricciardi. It's my privilege to announce Oversonico's first title, Murasaki Baby. The game is specifically designed around the Vita Touch controlled. It's an intensely emotional and tactile experience where you take your character by the hand, navigating the perils of a nightmare fantasy world. Let's take a look. Thank you. And now for something completely different. We all love music, and music festivals are playing an ever-increasing role in the way many of us choose to experience our favorite performers. Taking inspiration from these festivals, I would like to introduce a new free-to-play game called Big Fest. In Big Fest, you create, build, and manage the ultimate music festival with the goal of becoming the world's greatest music promoter. We partnered with online music portal Jamendo to bring real-world unsigned bands to your festival stages. Players have the chance to discover and promote the world's next big supergroup within the game. And who knows, maybe help them on their way to real-world stardom. Thank you. So new games like Big Fest and Murasaki Baby further demonstrate how we will continue to encourage our developers to bring their new ideas to life, helping to ensure that PlayStation fans will continue to taste a wide variety of new and innovative experiences. And it's not just WWS teams that are finding Vita a great platform on which to bring their ideas to life. As Jim mentioned earlier, the indie community has also embraced Vita, which will ensure an ever-growing library of new experiences for portable gaming fans everywhere. let's take a look at why the indie community is so excited by Vita.
There's an amazing ecosystem of developers, of creativity, of just inspiration right now coming out of the PlayStation camp. People are just flocking to PlayStation because they see an easy path to get their idea in front of gamers. And so it's just attracting a lot of attention, a lot of excitement, a lot of passion. And this is where things are happening right now.
With some mobile platforms, you know, we had to like make concessions to really awful phones out there, and making games for the Vita is just so much easier, where we know exactly what's going on with them. Super easy and wonderful.
The Vita is a wonderful device that really fills a gap in the handheld market. It has a whole ton of stuff behind the scenes that really lets you do other crazy stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to do.
I like the idea of a dedicated device. As a gamer, I just like that the PlayStation Vita isn't trying to be anything else. It means that I can create very complex interactions and a lot of depth to the game. And then all the network stuff allows me to allow players to share stuff and build stuff together, which is very cool.
The PlayStation Vita has all kinds of features that sort of enhance the experience. The multiplayer is a great way to just have fun with friends, where each person who's playing has control of their own screen. Playing on Vita is one of the main ways for me to play now. Just laying in my bed with a screen, you know, right here, and it just feels great.
We looked at the Vita and thought, what can we do to make this device sing? Tuning the controls to feel as silky smooth as possible. And that's what Velocity is all about. It's about the feel of the game and mastering those mechanics.
It's a great fit for our game because we have lots of real-time shadows, which requires quite a lot of visual processing. When you combine the beautiful shadows that we've got with the crisp screen that the Vita's got, then you've got this incredibly beautiful thing that just begs to be played.
Something about that screen that just makes it look so special. And to us, to see the amount of love and work and dedication poured into this game on that Vita screen, it's just the best way for us to show the game. It just seems like it just comes to life there.
As an indie, there's a fear that you're not interesting to a console manufacturer because we make little games with a kind of a very niche audience. But Sony realized that we can actually target our audience and we can bring out games that do pretty well on the platform and that we have a value in doing so.
Well, I think it's obvious that the Sony team have got a great passion for games, and this isn't something that they've just discovered. They've always been passionate. They want to support first, and they want to try and help developers realise their vision properly. There's a shared goal there, and everyone, if we can work together, we can create some great things together.
Thank you. Okay, so as you all know, we announced the newest member of the PlayStation family earlier this year. And I look forward to updating you on Worldwide Studios' activities on PlayStation 4 later. But first, I would like to invite our lead system architect to join us. As a result of Mark Cerny's focus on ease of access and ease of development as essential pillars of our next-gen vision, PlayStation 4 has been embraced by the development community. This, in turn, has resulted in an upsurge in creativity, promising much richer and diverse next-gen experiences for all our gamers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mark Cerny.
Thank you, Michael. So this February in New York, after a 5-year development, we were finally able to reveal to the world our newest home console, the PlayStation 4. And we had a number of goals in mind when developing the hardware. We knew that performance would be critical, so we set our target at 10 times the performance of any previous console, and the result is a hardware that makes possible the stunning graphics and rich interactive worlds of the games that you're seeing today. PlayStation 4 is the world's most powerful game console. We also knew that to satisfy gamers, we'd need to bring the very best games to the platform. So during the development of the hardware, we toured the world, conversing in depth with game creators about what sort of feature set they would like to see in a next-generation console. And this collaborative approach extended to the design of the controller as well, as we fine-tuned it in many ways, making it more accurate, more responsive, and a more ideal controller for first-person shooters. Through these close relationships with some of the best teams in the world, we've been able to architect a console that truly is by game creators for game creators, that combines very large processing power with remarkable ease of game development. And gamers will be thrilled by how some of the biggest names in the business are leveraging this accessibility to bring blockbuster games to platforms such as Watch Dogs, Destiny, and Killzone. The result is the strongest launch lineup in PlayStation history. And our launch and launch window lineup shows great breadth and diversity because the supercharged PC architecture of the platform has eased development for smaller teams as well. It's both quicker to bring indie titles to PlayStation 4 and quicker to develop them on the platform. Indie brings us a vital dimension. Being the best place to play has always meant supporting a broad variety of game experiences, whether that be Parappa the Rapper on the original PlayStation or last year's Journey on PlayStation 3. As Adam Boyes says, we want to provide gamers with an endless variety of beautiful, challenging, and fantastic experiences. And the passion of small teams is critical in transforming that goal into reality. We've been taking the launch of PlayStation 4 as an opportunity to elevate the presence and visibility of these indie teams still further. On the technology side, we now support Unity. On the business side, we fully support self-publishing across all platforms, so it's possible for developers to maintain complete creative and financial control. We're also supporting indie development financially in many ways through loaner dev kits, our incubation program, and from direct support from the Pub Fund. And of course, we've been reaching out to the most innovative teams as well, looking to ensure that their latest projects make their exclusive console debut on PlayStation platforms. As a consequence, we believe that a renaissance of gaming is coming on PlayStation 4. Heavy content will thrive on the platform, but in many ways will also be returning to the creative freedom and broad content that made the early years of PlayStation so unforgettable. And to tell you about a number of exciting titles making their debut on PlayStation platforms, please welcome Shahid Ahmad.
Thanks, Mark. So, Mark has been working closely with developers on the PS4's architecture. Meanwhile, an indie development revolution is happening. We've been listening to indies. We've asked them what it means to be an indie. Indie means freedom. Imagine the freedom to create what you want, the freedom to release when you want, and the freedom to choose the device that you want. Tonight, I want to show you a few examples of how, at PlayStation, we're working to become the place indies prefer to be. In this year's Indie Smash by Teddy and Kenny Lee, if you die, your not quite perfect children get to avenge you, or die trying. Our fans have told us loud and clear that they want this game on PlayStation. Who are we to disagree? So I'm pleased to announce that Rogue Legacy by Celador Games will make its console-exclusive debut on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita next year. Edmund Macmillan has made a career of pouring himself into twisted worlds. He's shared his full vision for Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and Nicholas are completely remaking this smash hit, adding a whole new game's worth of content. Binding of Isaac Rebirth will make its console-exclusive debut on PS4 and PS Vita next spring, and for PlayStation Plus customers, it will be available at no additional cost. Mayor and Reagan, the tiny team at Metanet Software, have been working tirelessly on the final and definitive installment of their amazingly addictive N series. N++ will feature innovative new multiplayer modes, thousands of handcrafted levels, and the tools to create, share, and compete worldwide across endless levels of your own. N++ will debut exclusively on PS4 this winter. Now, the award-winning Thomas Was Alone catapulted Mike Bithell into global stardom. It also gave him the opportunity to devote his time and talent to continue making exactly what he wanted. Volume is a game about being heard, where you can create, remix, and share worlds. And we don't know quite where Mike's going with Volume, but that's the whole point. It's up to him. We're just proud that he's chosen PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita for Volume's world exclusive debut next year. Howard Sau and his team at Muse Games are ambitious. Pursuing their vision, refusing constraints, they've continued to evolve and refine their dream project, where you pilot a variety of majestic airships through the war-torn skies of a gritty steampunk universe. We're happy to announce that Guns of Icarus Online will make its console-exclusive debut on PlayStation 4. Now, if ever a developer was an indie icon, it's Vlambeer, creators of Super Crate Box, Ridiculous Fishing, and Luftrausers. JW and Rami sometimes sketch out ideas at game jams, and some of these ideas turn into fully developed games. Their latest is Wasteland Kings, which they describe as a roguelike, which I'm really excited to say is going to be making its console-exclusive debut on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita next year. And finally, Hotline Miami by Denison Games has been one of the outstanding success stories from the indie world. It blends a powerful story with razor-sharp action and one of the greatest soundtracks in video game history. We worked with Devolver and Denison to ensure that Hotline Miami was best on Vita. This freed Denison Games to focus on Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number, which we're absolutely thrilled to say is going to be making its console-exclusive debut on PlayStation 4 and, of course, PlayStation Vita next year. Now, these are just some of the great games coming first to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita over the coming year. You know, at PlayStation, we make no secret of how much we love indie games, or of how proud we are to work with some of the most talented and creative developers in the world. We want to bring their best ideas to PlayStation, the best place to play. And now, I'd like to hand back to Michael Denny to update us on where worldwide studios are going to be taking the PS4. Thank you.
Thanks, Shahid, and thanks, Mark. PlayStation 4's architecture has underpinned our shared vision for a system designed for gamers, by gamers, so that no matter what the idea, big or small, as long as it's compelling and fun, PlayStation 4 will provide the perfect platform. And echoing the thoughts of the indie community, never before have our teams had so much freedom to bring such a wide variety of creative ideas to life. Worldwide Studios comprises 14 studios spanning 3 continents. Each of these studios has an essential role to play in our future, with all of them now working on PlayStation 4, including yet-to-be-announced titles from Santa Monica, Media Molecule, and Naughty Dog. We also have a large network of over 50 multi-talented external teams, producing exclusive games for PlayStation platforms. And it's not just the quantity of new experience that's important to us, but also the wide geographical and cultural spread of content it brings. And over half of these teams are based here in Europe, where we are privileged to work with some of the best talent from the UK, France, Spain, Italy, Sweden, Finland, Netherlands, Poland, and here in Germany, allowing our gamers to experience a wide variety of cultural and gameplay influences from around Europe. As Shahid mentioned, the indie community has been a great inspiration to our teams at Worldwide Studios. We get a tremendous buzz when indies that have already demonstrated their amazing creativity to the world choose to work with us to produce exclusive content for PlayStation. And I'm pleased to say that one of those teams is the Chinese Room, an award-winning studio from the UK, already known for thought-provoking experiences that have a lasting impact on the player. So it's great to have the opportunity to introduce their latest work with this short trailer, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
No place in the United Kingdom is safer than any other. Keep the doors shut. Do not go outside the house until you are told it is safe.
Thank you. The Chinese Room took us on an emotional journey with Dear Esther, and Everybody's Gone to the Rapture promises to be just as moving and intense. Next is a new game from the talented Spanish developer Tequila Works. Rime is an open-world adventure game which takes us on a voyage of discovery and danger as we're drawn into the mystery of a civilization once immensely powerful but inexplicably brought to ruin. Let's take a look at some early footage that shows the team's ambition. Thank you. Crossplay between platforms has proved a great feature for PlayStation gamers. So I'm pleased to announce a new cross-platform title called Helldivers from Arrowhead Studios, the talented Swedish team behind the indie mega hit Magicka. Teamwork is the key to survival in this cooperative squad-based shooter that will bring thrilling multiplayer action to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita. Let's take a look. Thank you. Every PlayStation console has delivered great arcade shoot-'em-ups, and PlayStation 4 will be no exception. Finnish-based developer Housemarque have proved their credentials in this genre, with the acclaimed Super Stardust being one of the graphical standout titles at launch of PlayStation 3. Their new title, Resogun, is a pure arcade action shooter for the next-generation gamer, with addictive, challenging gameplay and, of course, massive explosions to match. Thank you. Generations of gamers share our passion for playing great games from different eras. So I would now like to share our next-gen vision for an iconic Amiga game, fondly remembered for its best-in-class graphics, music, and unique art style. It's my pleasure to introduce Shadow of the Beast, reimagined for PlayStation 4. Okay, now let's take a brief look at some of the Worldwide Studios titles that we previously announced. At E3, some of you may have seen a demo we presented called The Playroom. It's a great example of how PlayStation 4 can support a variety of unique gameplay styles, and how the DualShock 4 and PlayStation Camera can work together to create innovative and fun new experiences. And to enable everyone to join in the fun, I'm pleased to confirm the Playroom will be pre-installed on every PlayStation 4 from launch. Let's take a look.
We've got a PS4 to play.
Do you want to be one of the first people in the world to play?
Since its announcement in New York earlier this year, Infamous Second Son from Sucker Punch has been exciting both gamers and the press alike, having already been nominated for over 20 awards. As the team continues to push the gameplay and visual boundaries of the Infamous franchise, I'm pleased to be able to share with you a new trailer showing the progress the title is making on its way to its PlayStation 4 debut.
My name is Abigail Walker, but my friends and enemies call me Fetch. I've never hurt an innocent person in my life.
Hey, Reg, that conduit struck again. Gotta stroll through the security checkpoint first, and then I'll scope it out.
That's 2 out of 3.
Right, brother?
What happened?
Come on, get up, get up. I know just where to put filth like this, and she won't be hurting anybody else.
What do you think I'm doing to the DUP? When it comes to conduits, it's my call. Not yours, not ours, mine. I love meeting new people.
So we're super excited for all of our teams who are creating launch window titles for PlayStation 4, including Drive Club from Evolution Studios, Knack from Mark Cerny and our Japan studio, and The Order 1886 from Ready at Dawn, which was announced recently at E3 and will launch in 2014. And last, but by no means least, from the multi-award-winning Guerrilla Studio in Amsterdam, Killzone Shadowfall, which promises to be a huge launch title for PlayStation 4. As you saw in the opening user interface demo, the game has a spectacular multiplayer mode. So just before I hand back to Jim, I would like to leave you with some new multiplayer footage of Killzone Shadowfall. Thank you.
So 15 new PS4 games announced today, all of which are console exclusive to PS4 at their launch. At E3, we presented our plans for entertainment services on PS4. Over the past few years, we've come to understand that gamers really value being able to use their consoles to watch movies, use catch-up TV, and listen to music. It remains a fundamental part of our strategy to offer these services as a core component of our basic PlayStation Network service package, available to all and not placed behind a subscription gate. One such service coming to PS4 is Twitch, the world's leading video platform and community for gamers, which will allow you to enjoy live streaming of gameplay using the Spectate feature that you saw demonstrated by Shu at the start of the show. And as we're here in Europe, I wanted to take the opportunity to announce that we have over 20 video services and applications coming to PS4 in this region, and including for our German hosts, Watchever and Maxdome. As we mentioned at E3, Sony's Music Unlimited service will be available on day one for PlayStation 4. I'm pleased to announce that we've enhanced Music Unlimited specifically for PS4 through a new interface that is faster, simpler, and better, enabling gamers to discover new artists and songs within the global catalog of 22 million tracks. In addition, we've added 2 new features that many PlayStation gamers have requested. First, the ability to listen to music in the background while playing games. And second, we're making it easier than ever to access Music Unlimited, even when you're not in the application. Just press the PS button on the DualShock 4 and a quick navigation bar will appear that enables you to skip and pause tracks and control the volume of the music. Another area that we recognize as key to getting full enjoyment from the socially connected PS4 experience is broadband. Europe's a great place to live, but as all of us know, broadband can be an issue in many parts of the continent, with average consumer broadband speed around 5 megabits per second. In order to give gamers the best online gaming experience, PlayStation is entering into strategic partnerships with some of Europe's leading ISPs. And I'm pleased to announce tonight that the first partnerships will be with Deutsche Telekom, Orange, Virgin Media, and Ono. Our plan is to offer a range of broadband packages to PS4 gamers that include reserved parts of the pipe for gaming, broadband speeds of up to 200 megabits per second, and attractive PS4 and PlayStation Plus offerings. And I look forward to sharing more details about these partnerships as well as announcing additional partners in the coming weeks and months. Another of the ways in which we've worked really hard to provide value to gamers has been through PlayStation Plus and its instant game collection, providing PlayStation gamers across PS3, PS4, and PS Vita with access to more than a dozen games a month, all of these games having a Metacritic of 80 or more. And when you add in the numerous services that also come with PlayStation Plus, the price of just over €4 a month clearly represents extraordinary value. And to ensure that all PS4 gamers have a chance to discover PlayStation Plus, we will offer a free 14-day trial to any new PS4 owner with full access to the Instant Game Collection, including for day one on PS4, Drive Club PS Plus Edition, and Resogun, one of the new PS4 games that Michael introduced earlier. One title that we're really excited to be bringing to PlayStation Plus for PS3 owners in September is from Europe's leading publisher, Ubisoft. That title is Assassin's Creed 3, and it joins a long list of blockbuster titles available on PlayStation Plus. And finally on PlayStation Plus, if you're thinking of signing up ahead of PS4, we have a great offer for European consumers. Starting tomorrow and lasting for a month, if you sign up for a year via the PlayStation Store, PlayStation will add an additional 90 days to your membership. I now want to spend some time talking about the lineup of third-party games that will be available at the launch of PS4. Bringing Assassin's Creed 3 to PlayStation Plus members is only one example of how the strength of our partnership with Ubisoft is benefiting the PlayStation gamer. We're now going to focus on the blockbuster games from Ubisoft that will be there at launch and demonstrate the reasons why these games work best on PlayStation. First of all, a demonstration of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which will not only show a stunning new level of the game, but will also demonstrate the remote play feature, which allows a PS4 game to be played remotely on a PS Vita via Wi-Fi. The first part of the demo will show the game on PS4. What you'll then see is the game being played on PS Vita using remote play. Now, an in-home illustration of this would be gamer in the lounge playing Black Flag on PS4. Partner comes into the lounge and wants to watch some rubbish on television. So Gamer has to go to the bedroom in a sulk and carries on with Black Flag using remote play on the PS Vita in complete peace and quiet. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carl and Pascal to give a live demonstration of Assassin's Creed and remote play on PS4.
Thank you, Jim. It's a pleasure to be here tonight and share with you our Gamescom demo of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Let's get into the action.
So, what'll you do with your share of the gold we take from Governor Torres? Return to Africa, prince among men?
I cannot return to a place I've never been. I was born in Trinidad, a slave from my first breath.
Ah. But wouldn't you feel, I don't know, more welcome there?
As you might feel more welcome in Paris.
Fair point.
With this skin and this voice, where can I go in the world and feel at ease? This country here is my best chance. This country called Jackdaw, where I know the names of all citizens and they know mine, and we work together. Not always out of love, but to keep our country afloat.
I think I understand you. Let's take her then. For the citizens of Jackdaw.
Get the mainsails into the wind! Get those spars free! Let's see that dock! Put a shot right through there! Mortar incoming! We must keep moving! She's vulnerable there! We need to hit those towers! Ready! The tower is almost down! Waiting order, sir! Let's take down those towers! Put a shot right through there! We're ready, sir! Aim for the towers, Captain! We need to hit the towers! Taking damage here! Cannon ready! On your mark!
So now someone else wants to use the television. Using remote play and his PlayStation Vita, Pascal will now take over the rest of the demo.
Hello, Your Excellency. I'd got word you might be here.
I know your face, pirate, but your name was borrowed the last time we spoke.
Ah, yes, I recall. I missed that one. So, what's a Templar Grand Master doing so far from his Castillo?
I'd rather not say.
And I'd rather not cut your lips off and feed him to you.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, everyone. This demo is available to play hands-on on both the Ubisoft and Sony booths, so we hope to see most of you there over the week. Have a great Gamescom.
Doesn't the game look great? And I'm pleased to say that you will be able to play almost all PS4 games on your PS Vita using remote play via Wi-Fi in the way that was just demonstrated. A really great example of the power of the PlayStation ecosystem. Assassin's Creed is a franchise that has been associated with PlayStation for many years now, and we're really pleased to continue our partnership with Ubisoft in 2013. I'd like to show a short video focusing on the level of the game that will be exclusive to both PS3 and PS4 at launch.
It has been 5 long years that I've searched for a cause to fight for. I've crossed this world and still have been met with the same painful truth. There are those who take, and those who suffer. I realize now that freedom from such tyranny can only be achieved at the edge of a blade. This is my cause. This is why I must keep fighting.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the stage to talk about his games and about the launch of the PS4, the co-founder and CEO of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot. Hi.
Hi, Jim.
Yves, lots of people here tonight. Gamescom's come a long way since the old days at Leipzig.
Yeah, actually, when we will see this show this year, it's amazing compared with what we had a few years ago.
And Yves, you've been bugging me for about 3 years now about next gen. And when I look at Black Flag, I can see why. You still excited?
I'm extremely excited because Assassin's Creed this year will probably be the best and biggest we have ever done. So I think it will show what the PS4 can do.
Now, you guys at Ubisoft have a terrific track record of bringing new IP at the time of platform launch. And it looks like this time around isn't going to be any different.
Yeah, the Watch Dogs game is going to be, I think, the best game of the show, probably. So I think you will see something in a few minutes that will tell you more about what it is, and it's really next gen.
And you have some more news to share with us about Watch Dogs.
Yes, I came today for a very important news. In fact, we are partnering with Sony to create a blockbuster movie on Watch Dogs. So I think this will be very important for the industry, as those two companies that have been doing games. So the next movies will probably be different, and in 20 years when we meet, we will speak about that again to see what those two games and movies did to change the world.
Yves, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Yves Guillemot. And now, Watch Dogs on PS4.
CTOS's groundbreaking technology. We're promoting efficiency, comfort, and safety, dedicated to protecting you and your friends.
Citizens of Chicago, we are DedSec. You have heard enough lies. It is time to hear the truth. You can be hacked. Someone is inside the network. We have seen him.
You wanted the system hacks?
You got me in. He is not DevSec, and we do not defend him.
Police believe they are closing in on suspected vigilante Aiden Pierce.
Suspect is in a vehicle and attempting to flee.
He is proof
Squad, we're on the scene and in pursuit.
that the CTOS network is flawed.
Jesus Christ!
And you are vulnerable. One man has done exactly what we have warned you about.
Are you in trouble?
No, I'm not.
Virus is still doing damage. Shut it down.
Now is the time to wake up.
So the level that you just saw is exclusive to PlayStation at launch. Now for something a little different. And one title that we're extremely happy to announce as part of our launch lineup for PS4 is Minecraft. And another launch title coming from our third-party partners is a PS4 console exclusive from Gaijin, War Thunder. War Thunder is a free-to-play next-gen combat game dedicated to major World War II battles. It includes aerial, ground, and naval multiplayer combat in the gaming experience. Let's take a look. So there are simply too many PS4 titles available before Christmas for me to be able to talk about each one. But as you can see, the lineup is stronger than we've had for any other platform introduction. So this is a hugely exciting time for everyone in our industry, and a great moment for me to hand over to my boss, the President and CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment, Andrew House, to give you his thoughts and to bring the show to a close.
Thank you, Jim. It's a real pleasure to be back at Gamescom and amidst lots of great momentum for PlayStation. The arrival of PlayStation 4 presents an opportunity to transform the gameplay experience into something far more engaging and social. But the launch of PS4 is only one piece of that puzzle. PS3 continues to grow in strength, particularly here in Europe, where it has market leadership in the majority of countries. And what better way to make PS3 the preferred entry point into PlayStation than to ensure that the price point is accessible? I'm happy to announce that within the SCE region, we are reducing the RRP of the 12GB PlayStation 3 to 199 euros. And in North America, I'm also pleased to confirm that the 12GB PS3 will be released with an RRP of $199. Thank you. And there's some more exciting news. For those millions of PS3 owners deciding whether to buy the PS3 or PS4 version of Call of Duty Ghosts from Activision, Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag from Ubisoft, and Battlefield 4 from EA, I am delighted to confirm that when those games launch on PS4, gamers who have already bought the PS3 version will, for a limited period, be able to buy the digital PS4 versions for a significantly discounted price. We see this as a great way to reward PS3 gamers for their loyalty when transitioning to PS4, ensuring that it is as simple and accessible as possible. Activision, Ubisoft, EA, and Warner Brothers are the first publishers to commit to this, and over the coming weeks and months, we look forward to sharing more information with you. With PS Vita, we firmly believe that alongside the vast array of content coming to the platform and the relationship between PlayStation Vita and PS4, it'll prove to be irresistible, with all PS4 games being playable on PS Vita via remote play, all for an RRP of 199 euros and $199. We see a new and bright chapter in the life of PlayStation Vita. But above all, 2013 is the year when interactive entertainment takes a major leap forward with the launch of PS4. Our goals for PS4 are clear, ambitious, and unwavering. We set out to build the most powerful gaming platform with a deeply held, consistent focus on you, the gamer. We sought insight from the best developers in the world to create a platform that would allow them to build the games that they're inspired to create. We built a system of unprecedented power to answer their needs and bring new experiences to the world's gamers. PS4 embraces our always connected world through companion apps and accessibility from tablets and smartphones. This means that great game worlds will be more ubiquitous, powerful, and accessible than ever before. And while others have shifted their message and changed their story, we were consistent in maintaining policies and a model that is fair and in tune with consumer desires. We strove to deliver a platform that offers the consumer both innovation and great value. And it's with the gamer in mind that when PS4 launches in Europe and the US, it will launch with a price of 399 euros, $399, and 349 pounds. The response that we have received has been nothing short of incredible. You've made it clear that you're excited about this platform, with more than 1 million pre-orders already worldwide. And before I leave, I've one last announcement to make. I'm delighted to say that PlayStation 4 will be launching in 32 countries in total during this holiday season, and will become available in North America on the 15th of November and in Europe from the 29th of November. Thank you all very much for your time this evening. Please enjoy the rest of Gamescom. Thank you and good night.
There we have it. I think another very strong presentation.
Yeah, my shirt's still on because there was no Patapon once again, though, so whatever.
But there was a lot of new games.
A lot of new games, yeah. I thought that was interesting that they said, they showed 15 at one point, and they said these are all launching exclusively on the PlayStation 4 when they launch.
And we got the release date.
Yep.
November 15th.
Here in the North
America. November 29th.
Right.
In Europe.
And before people freak out, remember, the Europe over there, they don't celebrate that Thanksgiving. So Black Friday means nothing to them.
That's true.
So that's why it's a big deal for us in the States that we get it out on the 15th. That way you're prepped for Black Friday, which of course the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. 15th is a Friday.
Right, so it's 2 weeks before Black Friday, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks before, and then actually, Black Friday. So it is out Black Friday in Europe. Maybe that's what
But that doesn't matter to them.
I know, I'm just saying, it is out that day.
Well, I was really scared because I'm going to Japan that week. I was like, I hope it doesn't come out while I'm gone. I can't be without you.
So you'll have it, and then you have to leave it at home while you go on vacation.
But I'll have 2 weeks with it. We'll have it before then. You figure
we have maxed out DCUO already by then?
I've already maxed out DCUO. It's just how pretty it's going to be. Remember, we want you to be part of the show. Tweet at me, Game Over Greggy, at Dame0. We'll put your tweets up here on the big screen where you can talk about what you thought of the conference. But yeah, it was a good show, Damon.
Yeah, it was a really, really strong show.
Again, it's Sony doing what I've been talking about since February, right? There's this hair floating around.
I think I got it.
You got it?
Beginner luck.
That they're concentrating on that core gamer market, right? Like they came out and they said, here's a new game from the folks who did Dear Esther, right? And like my Twitter freaked out. People were clapping and going crazy.
Everybody's Gone to the Rapture was that one. Right. They were just announcing so many games, so many new games, non-sequels.
That's what you tweeted, yeah.
So happy to see that. Murasaki Baby, Big Fest, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Rhine, Helldivers, Resogun, Wasteland Kings. There's just so many. There's game after game after game.
I thought it was cool that I mean, they could have done it in a better way, but Minecraft coming out there with their little heads on. That's gonna be a launch game for PlayStation 4 now. We've been talking about the launch lineups, right? Like there you go, PS4.
And that's a console exclusive that they've taken away from Microsoft.
Yeah, next is Halo.
yeah. I mean, they have Bungie, the creator of Halo, providing exclusive content with Destiny, which we didn't see at all.
Yeah, no Destiny.
We talked a lot on the pre-show.
But that's good, right? I mean, we'd already kind of talked about, okay, we've seen that before. And they didn't focus that long on the old stuff either. They're like, here's a new trailer for Infamous. Of course, Infamous Second Son, Delson's ability as a conduit is that he's kind of like Rogue. He can take other people's powers. And I think we saw with that interaction with Abigail, that seemed like the first time he's ever done something like that because he didn't know what was happening. But the power kind of looked weak.
I think every time I see that game, I get a little bit more excited for it.
Yeah, it's probably because Troy Baker's good looks.
It might be the first Infamous game that I play.
So sad that you've never played
Infamous. What's happening? I'm going to play Infamous. I've pre-ordered a PlayStation 4. Where am I?
You're showing what you are, Damon. You're a gamer.
I'm showing what I am.
You're not an Xbox fanboy. You're out here. You're excited about the next gen. They got some good games. You're out for it.
I'm really excited about. There's lots of stuff to talk about.
What? I don't know. It's like again they announced here's the Infamous trailer here. The other interesting thing right there, the return of comic book cutscenes. They kind of went away from that with Infamous 2. It's nice to see that coming back. I'm a big fan of that. Here we go, real quick, let's point out how bad this camera guy was. Whoever was directing the show.
As Sean Finnegan pointed out, not the camera guy's fault, the director's fault, right?
Good call.
Cameraman is just, they're pointing to, the director is telling them to cut to different cameras, so.
Yeah.
But it was really bad. That was very, a poor, maybe the director just didn't know. People want to see the games.
Right, yeah, well, he should know that. Yeah. That seems like something you should be briefed on before it comes up.
There are a few technical issues. A little rocky start, a very long Gran Turismo 6.
Right.
trailer logos and music.
Something had to have gone wrong in the very beginning, right?
think
Because they
so.
had
It was
that
a little
giant
awkward.
screen behind them, and it was black for a long, long time. And
Yeah.
then they kind of came out, and there was supposed to be a sizzle reel, I think, there that never cued.
Yeah, they were hanging on that for a long time. They announced Gran Turismo 6 release date, December 6th worldwide on PlayStation 3 this year. They also announced a Gran Turismo movie.
Yeah.
Which is
There
coming
were a
out.
couple movie announcements and stuff, but I was like, all right, that and Watch Dogs getting a movie too.
Yeah,
But
and
then I tweeted how upset, like, this is like Sony's exclusive plan, that they're like, Watch Dogs and a movie, and then they were finally sort of like, all right, you also, I mean, they've talked before, I think, that there were going to be exclusive missions and stuff, but they showed one of them, enumerated them there, put the hacker boost on, showed you new hacker custom. They're trying there. They're trying. I still don't think they compete on the same level. I always talk about Sony and exclusives and third-party exclusives in particular. I'm still waiting for like one. They need to get one as big as all the fact that Call of Duty maps are always exclusive to them, to Xbox. Right?
Yeah.
Xbox always has the Call of Duty maps.
I mean, they have the Battlefield 4 premium stuff.
Nobody cares about the goddamn Battlefield.
People do care about Battlefield, Greg.
Not
You're
enough.
wrong on that
Not
one.
enough care about it is what I'm saying.
I think Battlefield 4 looks really cool.
No, Battlefield. No, I'm not saying the game doesn't look cool. Just taken away from it in general.
What about that Little Big Planet hub?
Little Big Planet hub, yeah. We have. They showed this teaser trailer with the voice talking over it and
Maybe we can
running
get that
through.
pulled up here.
I'm sure we will here in a second.
Coming to PlayStation 3.
Right, free to play, and it's
So
basically it sounds like Little Big Planet. You're like,
Yeah.
what if you made your own races, and what if you created your own character, and like that's all Little Big Planet. So
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly it's
Create,
going to be.
share, browse. It just sounds, here's the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, what they're showing looks like Little Big Planet. You could easily tack on the back, right, Little Big Planet 3, and you'd be like, oh yeah, totally, it's a teaser trailer for Little Big Planet 3, but instead it's Little Big Planet Hub.
Yeah, why not just call it Little Big Planet? Right? Can't this just be what it is now?
Sure. It'll be interesting to see if that's what their plan is. If they're just moving free to play, and that's the only way they're going to stick with it.
Yeah, I wonder what's the monetization model then?
Probably microtransactions on items like that.
Yeah.
I bet. I mean, you can collect stickers and you can collect costumes as you play through levels. Generally, in the old Little Big Planet games, you'd imagine here, yeah, you get you get this, a costume set of 10, and then from there you kind of build your own deck, if you will, and you go through and buy stuff or whatever. But it seems like races and stuff,
They said later this year for that one.
Before the end of 2013.
Yeah. They made an announcement about Grand Theft Auto 5.
They did. I got super stoked. I thought something crazy was about to happen.
But they've announced that if you buy it from the PlayStation Store, I guess you also get 75% off any other Rockstar game for PlayStation 3.
That's a good deal.
That's like, for people like us that own both consoles and you're trying to decide which console to buy it on, like that's a pretty convincing argument to buy it on PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
No?
For people like us, what Rockstar game haven't you played that like you'd be swayed to pick it up on that way?
Oh, well, I'm saying, okay, so, but if
you mean just for a general
if you
consumer.
owned both
If you haven't
consoles-
played Red Dead, you're being stupid. Get it together.
Max Payne 3?
Yeah.
If you had never played
GTA 4.
Yeah, GTA 4, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course they're bundling it with the PS3 and then giving it a special edition of the Pulse headset. Not super exciting, but if you've waited this long, maybe. There's also the price drop on the PS3 for a 12 gigabyte one, now down to $199. Yeah, that's a good deal.
Same
Price drop
as
for it.
Vita.
PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
$199 as well now.
Yeah, that was actually. Speaking of Vita, people were really excited about Borderlands 2.
They snuck it in there.
Announced for Vita.
I know, and you know who called this, Damon?
Apparently
Greg
you did.
Miller. Like
a year ago.
I'll pull up the tweet while I tell you the story, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, basically what happened is that it happened in the news that somebody approached Randy and was like, Randy Pitchford from Gearbox, right? Would you guys ever bring it to Vita? And this was in a thing before he was about to come on up at noon. So he came on up at noon. Whoa, I don't know how to use a Mac. Oh, God. Anyways, he came on up at noon, and I asked him the question. And he was like, yeah, we're down. I just don't know how it's going to be. I said, I'll get you in touch with a young gentleman named Shuhei Yoshida. So we started up a Twitter campaign up at noon. We put up Shu's information. We put up all of Randy's. I have to scroll because we put up all this information, called them on it. Am I in 2012? Here we go. And then had Shuhei. Shuhei responded, said, you don't actually want to talk to me. You want to talk to Adam, who, of course, is bigwig. Adam Boyes over here. Hold on. Almost there. It's going to be worth it, everybody. Here it
there
goes.
you go, there you go.
And here I tweeted September 14th of last year that this was going to be very important. And it's a photo of Adam at the at the Borderlands 2 launch party giving Randy
a Vita. That's pretty awesome.
Now, I'm going to scroll all the way back. Take my word for it then. The next photo I have is Adam then being reunited with Shuhei with that photo there, handing him the photo while they held the Vita. So I knew this was coming. I've been telling people on Beyond it's been coming. I'm excited it finally came. I thought it was, don't get me wrong, I'm glad it's there or whatever. I thought it was a bit of a weak reveal.
Well, yeah, they didn't show it, they just announced it.
Exactly, but it seems like you could have, we have one more, they did a lot of this. And one more thing, or now for something completely different. Like it would have been cool to have some trailer of just a psycho running out and getting blasted on the Vita.
Can I say that one of the proudest moments of my life happened during the Sony conference?
Yes, you're welcome to.
Shuhei Yoshida tweeted at me.
Yeah.
He said, "Hello, Damon."
It's when you tweeted that you were happy with what was happening.
With all the new games. But that's the first time he's ever tweeted at me.
You've made it now. You host one live show with Greg Miller.
I was saying it's awesome to see so many new games, not sequels, coming to PlayStation 4 and Vita. One of our viewers, Christopher Korick, says, "Man, I'd be dead if I took a shot every time I hear indie during this conference." They're talking about a lot of video games.
Yeah, they did. And it was interesting. We talked about it in the pre-show, right? Like we didn't know how much they were going to focus on that again, or what they'd actually bring out. But Hotline Miami 2 is my one prediction that for indie games they came out and said that.
There's that one. Fez also coming to
Phil
all the PlayStation.
Phil Fish, may his career rest in peace.
Yeah,
whatever. If he'll be back.
Yeah.
Fez 2's coming. Don't worry. But no, it's super exciting. But like, it was interesting. Some people here in the Twitter feed were saying that it didn't do much for him on the Vita front. Which I thought.
That's what they showed?
Yeah.
I think they showed a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of cool Vita games. Borderlands 2 is a game changer if it works all the time.
When I said, maybe. I don't know if I favored it, but when I tweeted that about I was happy to see so many new games, they were like, "Yeah, but it's all indie stuff, though." What are you talking about? That's awesome.
Indie stuff is the best stuff.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time on GameScoop, right? The fact that we've talked about how the middle tier developers fallen out, right? And so you have your AAA games, and then you have your indie games. Indie games come out so often, so frequently. They can be these tiny experiences, they can be these giant experiences. That they're what keeps us going right now, I think, in terms of like day to day, week to week, what we're excited about, and then you have those big moments every year of Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed. But then you have stuff like Gone Home that comes out and like sets us all on fire, and we want to talk about it and play it.
Yeah. One of our viewers, Paul, says, "I love indies, but this conference's use of indie is like Microsoft's use of TV, the C3." What does that mean? Can you translate that?
Yeah, I remember this year at at the Xbox reveal event when they were like, TV, blah blah, your TV. This is gonna happen with your TV. Your Xbox One connects to your TV this way. Okay. And they cut up a compilation on YouTube that was like TV, Call of Duty, dog, TV. Again though, like, we can't have it both ways, gamers. We can't bitch if they're going to talk about TVs too much and they're like talking about supporting indie game developers. Oh, talking about indie too much. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's very good.
That's a good thing that you want to see that support system.
Now, we saw a lot of Vita stuff.
Right.
They did focus on Vita a lot. Billy Self says, "This only proves that Vita is in a bad place when you use a lot of stage time to push it this much. I hope it's saved."
I guess. I mean, they want you to be excited about it. I don't think it's in a bad place. Even if it was doing super well, they'd still talk about it.
What do they say? Their goal is to make it, to broaden its appeal, right? And then they announce the official price drop, $199.
Yeah.
And then they show a lot of games. They showed a lot of cool, they are smaller indie games. They didn't show, the God of War.
There was no Infamous Vita game. That's what I've been wanting and looking for, right? And like you talked about, the console quality experience, the console experience. With the exception of the Borderlands 2 announcement, we didn't really get that. However, they then did drive home the fact by playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag on remote play that this is what it's about. And they said, I think the quote was nearly all or most of the PlayStation 4 launch games play this way. The exceptions, hopefully only being, and according to Shuhei, only being camera games, right? If you have a game that uses the PlayStation Eye, your PlayStation Vita can't do that.
If that's really how it looks on Vita, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks like the real game just brought over.
But you said you weren't satisfied with how they demonstrated crossplay.
Right. My big thing was like the show. I'm a big nerd for what excites me about the new generation are the consoles and the interfaces. And so I was super stoked when it opened with Shuhei in a chair screwing around on screen and just going through the interface. And I'm like, oh, and the XMB is still there. You know what I mean? He went up and the XMB was still up there and you got to move around that way. That was really cool. And I wanted to see how I'm playing Assassin's Creed and I say, okay, let's take it to the Vita. And I was hoping they were going to show that, and they didn't.
Yeah, that is still unclear.
They did a very hypothetical, and now he wants to get off. Now somebody wants to watch rubbish TV, and so then they picked up on the Vita. But it was like, how seamless is that process? What kind of is it built into the PlayStation 3? Is it built into the menu of Assassin's Creed? I imagine it's I'm basically hitting the PlayStation Home button. It's popping up and saying quit game, whatever, blah blah blah, and then like beam to Vita.
Move to crossplay.
Yeah.
I like beam to Vita. I hope
beam to Vita.
That's the wording.
And with beam to Vita play, you can take the game with you anywhere, anytime.
Going back to Borderlands 2 on Vita for a second, Fresh and Low says, "Woo! Bad time to announce Borderlands 2 Vita, making me think twice about Killzone Mercenary now."
Okay. I mean, I get that if you're worried about like you only have enough money for one game. Keep in mind, they announced Borderlands 2. They showed nothing from it. That game is not coming out this year.
Yeah.
I mean, like I showed you a tweet right from literally a little more than a year ago, or not even a year ago, about to be a year ago. Yeah. And that was them handing a PlayStation Vita to them, making that connection. Like I'd say next year, next fall, you'll be playing Borderlands 2. You should have you shouldn't hold off on that and screw over Killzone.
Hopefully, when it finally comes to Vita, it includes all the downloadable content.
I mean, hopefully when it comes to Vita, I can import my character from PS3.
Maybe play alongside people on consoles?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a free one for you.
Randy. What are some of your Twitter?
Let's see what we got over here. Oh, okay. Jay Nally. Oh, well, gosh darn it. I hate Max. I don't know what I'm doing in them. I just don't. I begged for one. They didn't give it to me. Rise Up 44 Jay Nally says, I'm a bit disappointed we did not get an Uncharted 4 teaser or announcement at Gamescom PlayStation event. Well, of course. I mean, like they said Naughty Dog's working on a game, and as I tweeted, this isn't news. I'm sure many news sites are picking this up as if it's breaking news. In February, Shuhei told Colin all the first parties are working on PlayStation 4 games. Mm-hmm. However, if you want to know when I think the Uncharted 4 teaser is coming, right? Like I said, it had a shot at E3 that there'd be, one more thing in the logo. I think it's much more likely that you'll look at VGAs in December. Let's get everything out this year. Let's keep this, launching a system's hard because that's the star. So you want to have games alongside it that people are going to buy, right? But it's not how it was with Super NES, where it's like, oh man, there's a new Mario game for it, right? It's like, I'm buying this new system that I'm gonna have for a decade that's gonna stream my TV and do all these other things. You have to sell them on the system right now first, and I think Uncharted 4 takes care of itself.
A lot of them are sold.
Well, good.
What they say, over 1 million pre-orders.
Well, people like me are getting 2 by accident because they don't know how to use Amazon. But no, Uncharted 4 teaser, I think it VGAs.
Microsoft hasn't given specific numbers. Maybe they're the same. Maybe they're identical. Sure. But I just think that's a really impressive pre-order number to sell 1 million consoles. They've already sold over 1 million PlayStation 4s.
Yeah. So they've dwarfed the Vita numbers.
That's just amazing.
No, yeah, it goes back to what we're talking about, right? Like, Sony's been very clear on, we want the gamer, we want the core gamer, we want the people who adopt things on day one, because you figure that's always been you and I. However, I didn't buy a PS3 at launch. I was like, that thing's way too expensive. It doesn't do anything I want right now. So they've learned their lesson from that and are here saying, we've built the system to do what you want or what we think you want, or what we tell you want.
What about that Murasaki baby?
Awesome art style.
That one look for you? Can we bring that trailer up on the
screen?
They'll
work on it here in a second. Yeah, it was one of those games when it started going, I was like, what is, oh my God.
So it looks like it's a touchscreen game. You're guiding this girl to the world. It looks like you're dragging her around.
Yeah.
Her mouth is on top of her eyes, Greg.
And that's just the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Look at all those eyeballs. Oh God, it was bats. No, it looks like a goofy, this is the kind of stuff when we talk about.
This one's for Vita.
Yeah, what we want out of Vita and not gimmicky touch controls, right? This doesn't look shoehorned in. It looks like a game built from the ground up to control this.
I wonder if that touchpad on the DualShock 4 could play a game like this.
Sure. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of integration for that yet. Killzone Shadowfall has the owl thing it uses, but I want to see more.
And then another Vita game that looked interesting to me was Big Fest.
No, Big Fest looked interesting to everyone. That game looks awesome. It looks like SimCity for music festivals.
Yeah, I like sim games. It's a music festival simulation on Vita. I think they said it was free to play.
Did they? I didn't catch
that. I think that's maybe what they call it. I might be wrong about that, but
yeah. But you get to set up your own music festival and build all stuff and make money, and then you're booking the venues and the bands and stuff. It's like.
So do they have licensed music in there? That's the thing. Can I create a big bass music festival with Skrillex and Kill the Noise and Knife Party? That would be amazing.
Yeah, you look at those, when they just put up all that stuff there that had all these different albums. I guess we could Google one of these people. Do we have VLC controls back there? Can we drag and stop and pop it around? Somebody will get back to me on that. But if we do, we'll Google around there for them. If you could imagine if it connected to one of your things you upload music to. I don't know, SoundCloud, is that you? Yeah. Something like that? If you could do that and pull bands from that and then build your own music festivals that way, that'd be awesome.
There's probably some sort of licensing issues there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. They have to have music in the game, right? Where is the music coming from? Who's providing the music? That looks very cool. At my music fest, water's not going to cost $5.
No?
No.
How much is it going to cost?
99 cents.
But Damon, you got to pay the bands and get the flights and everything.
I know, but yeah. Rogue Legacy is another of the indie games announced coming to PlayStation 4 and Vita next year. Now, I have not played this game. You have not either. No. But we're going to want to. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it's recommended by the Raging Canadian.
Charles Onyett.
Charles Onyett says that game is good.
Oh, okay.
So we should be excited for that.
Well, that's good for that, I guess. Here's an interesting one. Sam tweets at us and he says, "Do you think Andrew House's major Microsoft burn at the end makes up for Wonderbook?"
Yeah, I don't know about Wonderbook was one of the things you said you didn't want to see, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware. I never want to see Wonderbook again. And Sony seems to be following me down that path.
Sony is still being very aggressive, coming out taking punches at Microsoft. Yeah. I wrote down the quote. He says, "While others have shifted and changed their policies, we have remained consistent with our message. We are a pro-gamer console."
Yeah. I mean, I think that's that's what they have to do, right? Like, I talked about this being back to square one, and they're starting fresh, and they have to remind people that, you know, Microsoft's doing all the stuff now for you, but we were always doing that for you, and because it's similar to what we were talking about when people were giving Microsoft hell for doubling back a week later, right? Oh, this is what you guys wanted, now you don't even care about it. That's your conviction? Sony's like, we've stuck to our guns from day one, you know what I mean?
This is something that might be bad for Microsoft. Microsoft's not doing a press conference like this here at Gamescom.
Yeah.
Right, so the last time we heard from them on the stage was at E3. Now, Sony comes out again with another very strong conference, and then Sony's gonna be at TGS. Microsoft won't. Sony will have another conference at TGS where they get another chance to get on stage and tell their products like.
This keeps going back to that fractured Microsoft message we've seen, right? Where like after their event, their heads didn't know exactly what to say. They were saying different things. Then since then they've like piecemeal been redacting things and dialing things back. You figure they have to get out with the release date soon. You have to talk to people about a release date. You imagine if you're McCaffrey, it's before PlayStation 4.
So November 15th for the PlayStation 4. One of our Xbox experts, Ryan McCaffrey, is predicting the first week of November.
Yeah.
So then they would have a couple months or a couple weeks on
PS4.
But
I don't know, Dave. It's an exciting time to be us.
Going back to crossplay on Vita, Joseph Alford asks, should there be any concern about streaming games to the Vita with the different controls, different layouts between the two systems?
Yes.
You think so?
It's one of those things. Sony has been touting remote play for a while, right? Like PlayStation. PSP to PS3, and then PS Vita to PS3, and now PS Vita to PS4. I've never seen it work extremely well. I've never been like, this is awesome. You know what I mean? Like Tokyo Jungle works, but even there's lag, and now I'm more worried about, I guess, Wi-Fi and connectivity, right? Like that's one of the big things of like why I wanted them to show it in the stream. Here's how you switch, and we're doing it to show how easy it is and that it works. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying there was any phony business there. Clearly they had it all set up, but what is that router they're running? How does that work? Is it going to work that way in my house? You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How long has the Vita been out now?
Oh man, it's been
Almost
a little over a year.
years?
It's been a year and a half. It'll be 2 years in December in Japan, and then February or whatever, springtime in America. February, right? Yeah.
When does the redesign come?
I think you have to sell units. Like I think that's still the last thing on their minds right now, because no one's complaining when people talk shit about the Vita. Oh, I shouldn't curse. Well, I like how I stopped because I wasn't going to curse, and I just cursed anyway. Oops, sorry, Pear. When people talk crap about the PlayStation Vita, they don't talk about the form factor. They don't talk about how it feels.
It seems to be universally universally loved.
Let's just start this whole thing over. No, yeah, people totally dig it. Yeah, and so I think Sony's more worried about selling what they have and then getting third parties on board. That's what it all comes down to right now, if you ask me.
Well, the reason why I ask is, Nintendo redesigns its handhelds a lot.
All the time, yeah.
There were several redesigns for the PSP.
Yeah.
And now there are very cool functions on, next-gen functions on PlayStation 4, like the share button, that you would think would be cool on the Vita as well, right?
Right.
Throw that on there. Throw that share button on there.
I mean, this all goes back to, and I guess this isn't as complicated anymore. Well, you figure PlayStation 3, right, where everybody's like, why can't we have cross-game chat? Why can't we have cross-game chat? And they never did it. And finally, Shuhei just had to say one day, he's like, you can't have that because when we were designing the system, we never planned for that. And there's like, it can't work on a functional level. We can't make that work on the system. So you have to wonder then, for the Vita itself, to add a share button, how would that work? Is that system capable of doing it? Maybe you could just tether it to the PS4, then you have a workaround. But again, I think you have to work to getting the PlayStation 4 up running and then establishing that relationship between the Vita and the PS4. That proves why gamers need it, they start buying it, so on and so forth. You have an install base, and then you could worry about those. Because right now, my only complaint with the PlayStation Vita, other than I'd like the battery to last a little bit longer, is the fact that, I don't like the OS. I wish they got away from the bubbles. But like my only technical hardware part is I wish it had, for us here at work, video out. We basically stopped doing video reviews for it because they look terrible, right? It's shaky.
I mean, we saw how
thumbprints all over the place.
It was difficult for them to keep Assassin's Creed 4 in focus on the stage in the presentation.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I want, but that's such a minimal complaint. Like, granted, that's what the first PSP redesign did, and when it went slim, it added audio and video outs to the bottom, but it wasn't like some colossal disaster they needed.
Tell me about Wonderbook. So, I mean, it wasn't there, obviously.
No.
Was there even a chance? Like, what's going on with that? Was that meant to be a series that they keep releasing new stuff?
Oh yeah, I think it was one of those few things where they finally listened to us in a way, right? Over that, they was like, what is the Wonderbook all about? It came out at E3. They showed it 2 years ago, made a big deal about it that they had the Wonderbook Book of Spells. That came out, and then the other games never did. There was supposed to be a Dinosaur one. There was supposed to be this other thing. You've never seen from them again. Maybe they're gonna sneak them out when nobody's looking.
I wonder what the sales were like.
I would love to see Wonderbook sales. I would pay good money to see what happened with the PlayStation Move Wonderbook sales. You can just tell them you're showing the screen. Like, people saw that, didn't they? Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm getting more tweets. Remember, tweet at GameOverGreg if you want to be part of the show. Violet says, what about the PS3 bundled with the GTA 5? What about it? We've already talked a little bit about it. I get what you're driving at. Like, I think it's a big deal, but like at this point, have you held out this long for this generation of consoles that you're like, well, GTA 5 is out, I have to buy one? I guess there are people who only, but like, why didn't you buy GTA 4?
Yeah, so did they announce the price for the bundle?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they talked about it before the price drop. So
yeah.
And and also remember that for the price drop on the PS3, they're talking about the 12 gigabyte system. So there's different. That's all. I don't know how many gigs are in this GTA 5 bundle, which then complicates the matters.
Paul Richards says he would love to have seen more about the game DVR. Can you save your gameplay to an external hard drive for editing on PC? I don't know that that's what it's meant for. I think it's meant for more like, you're just sharing raw gameplay. Like this cool event just happened.
Yeah, it's gonna
got this good headshot.
Yeah, all the streaming and all that stuff needs to still be explored and extremely. Correct me if I'm wrong out there on the internet. They showed that you're gonna be able to use Twitch TV with the PS4. Yep. I'm assuming that means I'll now have a choice if I'm gonna go to Ustream or if I'm gonna go to Twitch TV. Yeah. That's exciting. But they haven't talked at all about, am I commentating over it? I can do live streams, I know, but is it just the gameplay?
Can you commentate over it? That would be cool.
Yeah, totally. And they know that though. You know what I mean? Like that's like we're talking about like what they're trying to do and who they're going for. I think they know that if they give you a half-assed way to live stream your game, they're going to get eaten alive for it, right? They can't come out and do that.
We haven't talked about the biggest news of the conference yet.
Okay.
That IGN is coming to PlayStation 4
and PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, that's that too. I don't know what the timing is.
Let's go to IGN.com.
Available at launch. Yeah, we do have an article about it. Yeah, but now there is an IGN app coming to PlayStation 3 and 4.
So you can all stop tweeting me about it. Thank you so much for caring for as long as you have. I'm glad this is going to make it hard to find.
All of our live streams, podcast videos, news videos, you'll be able to watch all of it on your PlayStation console, which is pretty cool.
That's really cool.
We've been able to do that now for a while on 360, so we're really happy that we can do it on PS3 now too.
Yeah, we don't know much about it because we're not the tech people.
We just know.
Everybody always asks us those questions.
It would be happening, yeah.
Why isn't there an IGN app? I'm like, I don't know. Why is IGN doing goofy things all the time? Here we go. Eagle Eye, PlayStation. Oh, it's on Vita too. PS4, PS3, and Vita. Later this year. Oh, look at that. We'll be right there. New app will bring games, entertainment, video, blah, blah, blah. Previews, reviews, weekly wood. No mention up at noon, huh? All right, way to play to your audience, Tom Butler. You're really good. Am I logged in? Because I'm going to give him a piece of my mind in these comments. No, I'm not.
One of our viewers, B-Rye, asks, is there going to be any Xbox talk at all? There are more than Sony fanboys that follow IGN. Yeah, well, we are just talking about the Sony conference. That's what just happened.
Kind of watching the Sony post-show. So we talked about Xbox all in the beginning, and I keep mentioning it. I'm 100% telling you that Sony is in a tough race right now. Microsoft has a lot going for it. It's going to be incredibly fascinating to watch this fight. Yeah. I think that doubling down on gamers, betting on gamers works. Damon played 360 this whole life cycle. That was his console of choice. And now that we're on to the next life cycle, he's already pre-ordered his PlayStation 4. He's made but how many other people are going to make that jump? How many people who have a full-on Xbox friends list are going to jump and go? Yeah. We have another question here. Caleb Harrison writes in, who is that on the coffee mug? I can't quite tell. Caleb, You should watch Up at Noon too. I understand since we don't put it in articles to advertise it, you want to know about it. This is Dave Fennoy of DaveFennoy.com. He's Lee Everett in The Walking Dead. Available on your PlayStation Vita today.
How do you, your coffee mug gets so dirty? Like
I
you're just
know.
spilling coffee all over it.
What I do is I ask for the large size, and then I walk back and I got the jitter hands, and it just pours all over the place.
Do you wash it every day?
I do. No, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. This has been, we've been watching the Sony press conference at Gamescom 2013. November 15th, launch day for the PlayStation 4 here in the United States, November 29th in Europe. Woo! Very, very exciting times. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you follow us. Damon Hatfield, Greg Miller on Twitter. Everybody have a really great day.
Be on!